Puddin', and Robbie in the booth. We are racing our second race tonight, Cup Custom. We will be at Vegas. Points are an issue. Very emotional race. We are going to be doing the David Hartis 200 tonight. This is for Flo. He just lost his grandfather recently. We will be doing a three-wide salute. So guys, everybody who's out there, please send your thoughts and prayers out to Flo and his family. It's not only hard losing somebody, but this time of year. But guys, we're going to have some great racing tonight at Vegas. And again, Flo, you're in our thoughts and prayers. Everybody, I think as you got the emotional pull tonight, Flo. Let's see how you guys do. Arch, Robbie, Shadow, give it to you guys.
Well, as we're going ahead here in the second race in Vegas, we've had a pretty decent gap opened up by Noco in the points, man, bringing home both stages and the win. He swept the whole race, so he's got a pretty comfortable chance of moving on to the next round. But as we were looking at it, as I'm going to get ready to final up the tally here from the end of that race, the next four in points were all separated by 4 points. I mean, it's close, it's tough, it's tight. And Vegas is a track that there's a lot of room and a lot of speed, and it's really easy to slip up here and make a mistake, but you got a lot of chances to make ground too. So we got a long race, and I think these guys are going to do it justice, and we're going to have a really close battle here, and I will be back with you guys with the rest of the points here after I let my partners take over for a minute.
Shadow, Robbie, you guys just went from 100 laps at Gateway, a super tight technical corner track with long, fast straightaways. We're going back to a traditional mile and a half. Draft comes into effect. You can run a little bit high, you can run a little bit low. You can't go all the way up to the wall, but there are two different lines. Shadow, we'll start with you real quick. What's your favorite aspects about this track?
I actually like this track because it's actually a driver's track. I mean, you're coming into this, yeah, the draft is going to be effective at some point. But at the same time you're going to have a driver's aspect to drive this. You can't overdrive it too much, or you're going to burn your tires up. You can't drive it too light, or you're going to get run over.
Robbie, what are your likes and dislikes about Vegas? It's a fun track.
With Vegas, I don't have any dislikes whatsoever. This track is absolutely phenomenal. Let's start with the way it looks. When you're watching it on broadcast, the cars look amazing, the graphics are amazing, the lighting is amazing. Not only that, you can also go 4-5 wide. Can you imagine that? 4-5 wide. Five drivers knowing what they're doing, going 5 wide, and then bring it back down to 2-3 wide, going around turns 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, that's what we see out of tracks like Michigan Fontana, and to bring it somewhere this small, it's really impressive.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. And, you know, you've also got that low line you can run. You got a mid line, and you got the high line, which is my favourite. You run that high line, you'll be saving tyres all day long. We're definitely in for some really, really good race. So I'm just reading some messages here. Yeah, we're definitely going to have some really interesting racing here, and but they're going to go from Gateway to Las Vegas. So I think there might be the odd time that somebody might catch the apron and spin out. Because you think about it, they've just done 100 laps on Gateway, a tight track, and then they go to Las Vegas. So maybe a few might catch the apron, we'll see.
Definitely Chris Williams down there in the comments. Let's go, Flo. You got this, man. Prayers going out to you. We're all going to keep that in our thoughts as we go through tonight's race. As every lap we turn. And we're going to do a silent lap, too. And we're actually gonna start the race on lap 4. We're gonna do a gentleman's start for this. We're gonna go 3 wide salute for Flo and his family, and we're gonna do it right tonight for you guys, and we hope everybody else likes it. As Noco Racing comes home with the pole, as qualifying just finished, and we're looking at the daily leaderboard time here in the background too, and so far today it's looking kind of the same way as it was at a Gateway.
I think something that can play in a factor here too is your pit strategy. Depending upon which nobody wants to accumulate any damage, if you have to get it fixed. This is not a super huge aero track. Aerodynamics do come into play, plus it plays with the handling of your car. But if you go a lap down here, you're going to have to hope nobody else does. Focus, get back out there, and roll yourself. Remember, we got stages on. there are cautions, which I don't expect to see too many of, but you're going to have to play patience, and that was something that we talked about last race too.
Alright, so we've got the rundown from qualifying. I'm going to try and bring it up for you guys. It's Noco bringing the pole again from what we can see. It looks like RJ Smitty brought second again, so them two are going to be starting 1-2 on the front row again. So definitely impressive. Both them guys are just as fast at both tracks, and to put themselves back in the same position as it looks like K Taddy's going to be starting fourth, and it looks like Mills is actually in the third position from qualifying. So and Wicked's going to round out the top five. So that's going to be a tough top five, and I'm really hoping these guys take their time going through these first couple corners, because turns 1 and 2 can be really slippery in Vegas when you first start off the race, and I'd like to see these guys make it through perfectly unscathed.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like you said, that slippery aspect of it, you can't hold this track wide open. Welcome back, Money Mike. Thank you. We got Cash Boss here, guys, too. Please remember, we're going to try to keep all chatter, whether it be commentary and YouTube chatter down here, to a minimum for that second lap as a memorial. But guys, I'm excited.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off, but I wanted to make sure we got in here and we got all this under scene for flow and everything. I don't want to miss out on this as we're loading in right now.
Here we go, guys. Everybody, please, we're going to do, like I said, we're going to do a 3-wide salute for Flo and his family, the David Hartis 200. When we get everybody racked and stacked here, they are going to do a gentleman's start, but please, everybody, be silent on the second lap, and send your thoughts and prayers out to the family and everybody else out there. It always gives me goosebumps, guys, the respect that everybody in Giggity has for everybody else.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
It chokes me up, and to see how well they perform that stuff and pull it off, we couldn't ask for anybody, Prince.
Man, I love this league. I love it. That's one of the hardest things to ever see at a racetrack right there. I had to experience that in a long time, and whether it's a friend or foe on the track, man, that is definitely one thing that I love about Giggity.
And we're going racing, boys. Let's go. Here they come into turns 3 and 4. That was absolutely awesome what they did there. The 3 wide for Flo, for Flo's grandfather. That was absolutely amazing. Those boys couldn't have done a better job. That was brilliant. Well done, lads.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to ride along with Flo for the first couple laps here and see what we can see as he's going to try and maintain his position and work his way slowly through this pack because he's got a bunch of drivers pushing hard in front of him.
Sorry, guys. It's just
I know. Yeah.
still a little tough right now. We got them racked. We got them stacked, guys. We're going. We're under green flag. No co on that patented intimidator black car back out front there. Thank you guys for all the respect at Flo. This one's for you, buddy. We're green flag at Vegas, boys.
Let's I'll try and sit here and kick it off for a second, man, as Flo's going to sit here and work his way through the field. We're going to get back up to the leaders for a minute, as it looks like Noco's changed up to that monster paint scheme, and RJ Smitty's still running that cold trickle. Noco's worked his way out front. RJ Smitty falls behind as Mills is in third, and K-Taddy rounds out fourth. This gaggle of cars right here behind him, Wicked Gatekeeper's trying to hold off 4 or 5 cars for 5th place. As you can throw a blanket over these guys as we head through the tri-oval. And it looks like Buck's going to the outside of Gatekeeper. Don't know if he can make it stick or not, but he's going to go out there and give it a run. Wow, these guys are tight. Oh, as Wicked slides up a little bit, Buck still holds his line. He doesn't lift. Let's see. He's going to get the run down the backstretch into 3, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to clear Gatekeeper this time as we go through 3 and 4.
Yeah, when you're running that inside line right near the apron, it can be quite intimidating. It can be quite nerve-wracking. Because if you make one single mistake, you're not only going to take yourself out, but you're still going to take the guys out as well that are on the outside of you. So you got to be very careful on what you're doing.
Oh, very careful on that. And there's so many guys, man, they'll get down and they'll touch that apron, and you don't realize how much that apron is going to shoot you up until the moment you touch it. And it'll affect you different every time you touch it. You can't predict what it's like to hit it every time. So good job for these guys making it through these first couple laps nice and clean, getting spread out and taking care of these cars early in the race.
I do like what they did with this game, guys, where if you touch the apron, you don't automatically spin. It does shoot you up, so you do have a chance at recovery. But like Robbie said, if there's anybody close to you or around you, sometimes at certain tracks, we all know that that white line, that apron, is the fastest way around. But one kiss of it, you kiss that apron, it will disrupt your car enough and cost you and anybody else some time. Noco's pulling away a little bit, but RJ's right there with him.
I don't really battle the roofer yet. Oh, is there 3 wide? Ooh, they almost got together really tight there.
Got to give a shout out to Roofer. He was taking the fan votes and commentator votes on his paint scheme. I like how he went with that orange and white 21 car. Like I said, one of my most favorite cars that the Wood Brothers did do. But yeah, we got Noco, RJ Smitty right there. Got number 2, and then there's Taddy on that new wheel doing well. These guys, like you said, you can throw a blanket over them. They're starting to spread out. Everybody's going to cut down a little bit, guys. Take a couple tenths off that lap, but you got to pull back up, hit your line. And remember, guys, these are on custom cars, so everybody's tires are going to wear a lot differently than they would on sliders. Let's see how their strategy works out for them.
Looks like Smitty got a little looser coming off of 2. Way to maintain it and save it, not lose too much ground to the cars behind him, because once they get to him, they're not going to hesitate trying to get by him.
Nope.
Guys, I just realised that the 88 of Lives of Plants in this race as well. He wasn't in Gateway, but he's here tonight at Vegas.
Great to have him back. Maybe he just has some situations he was getting taken care of, but he's still here trying to gather some points up. Every point matters. Again, we're kicking 4 people in the butt and saying, guys, thanks for being in the points, but you're going to be racing for fun for the rest of the year. So everything matters on this race. I expect a lot closer and tighter racing than what we normally see, and I don't understand how that can happen because it's already so tight net here, guys.
Well, as we see that, you're talking about tight net racing. Taddy's forcing his way under Mills as they go through the short chute and into 1. And Mills is really holding that outside line. It looks real high, wide, and pretty, and Taddy's got it tucked right against that apron. It's nice to see him be able to run that, and these guys are tearing it down the backstretch. Into 3 as Taddy's going to push it in, and he looks like he held it a little bit higher than he wanted to. And Mills might get up and scrape that. Oh, no, he kept it off, but him and Taddy touch. Good job by both them drivers keeping it straight and keeping it going fast. Ah, it's a battle. Now the big thing is for Taddy. Go ahead, bub.
I think we're going to see a lot of Wicked tonight because, Gateway's out the way, but it seems every time he runs this paint scheme with a 42 car, he always seems to get a top 3 finish. So I think we're going to see a lot of Wicked Gatekeeper tonight.
That'd be nice, man. He definitely runs good in that paint scheme, and he has a good time with it.
I know you guys have, I've said it before in other broadcasts. Again, when it comes to colors, especially in customs, I'm superstitious. I gotta have a little bit of black. I gotta have a little bit of orange. No go back in his traditional orange, or black car, excuse me. And like you said, when he runs that paint scheme, guys, he looks really strong all the time. So maybe a little psychological warfare going on here, too, as we see RJ Smitty pulling up on Noko as they duck down right here, guys, on the front stretch.
Oh, Roofer's all over the place in front of Wicked and Flo, man. I'm really surprised he was able to hold that car straight and keep it going.
We heard from Roofer earlier, our Shadow and Robbie. He loves this track. He loves this setup here. Maybe he's got something going on back there. Maybe missed something just a little bit, but in the long run, Roofer said he will be there at the end. So let's see if he's got anything for the boys, like he said.
Yeah, I think what Roofer might end up doing is running this line during stage 1, make a few changes after the stage perhaps, and then I think we might see him on different lines in stages 2 and 3 to see where he can grab some extra speed, especially coming out of turn 2. If you go in low and then come out high, you can sometimes get momentum riding along that wall.
As we're gonna ride behind RJ Smitty, he is right on Noko's bumper. Looked like he was trying to look inside of him coming out of 2. Let's see what he's got for him as we go through the tri-oval here and head down into turn 1.
Once again, man, we can't thank you for everybody out there who's paying attention. We got Mike out there. We got UK Wildcats. We got Cash Bones. We got another Mike Williams out there. Thanks for joining in, especially for you guys reiterating the whole Pinky Pudding thing. We can leave that behind us now, right, guys? We're just going to go back to this great racing as we see RJ Smitty in that draft, which we talked about earlier, pull up on Noko. He gets loose. He looks like a John Deere tractor with that yellow and green, but he's going to clip a little of that grass, regain, regroup, and be right back there on Noko.
Oh, wow, these guys are just flying around these tracks, man. Some of these guys, you just don't understand. When you're in these customs and you get that much more extra speed coming out of these corners, it is nerve-wracking. You feel like you're going to slide up and touch that wall every time. So, man, I love this track. This is probably one of my favorite tracks to run.
Again, like you just said, too, you can slide up, you can slide down. I don't personally have a custom for Vegas. I have very few customs. The ones I do are for lower series. But these guys set these cars up to run specific lines here. I'm assuming
Smitty, you got loose
that'll help
again.
in the long run. Yeah, I just saw that too. So
guys,
let's see how these guys run this line.
Wicked Gatekeepers, sorry to cut you off. Wicked Gatekeepers actually just gone to the pits. That's interesting. Taking an early pit stop there.
I don't know if he might just be that loose because his car looked like he was falling back fast. So, oh no, there's three other cars going down pit road with him. So it might be scheduled time for pit stops right about now, guys.
Yeah, tire wear here is something we didn't bring up as much at Gateway, guys, tire wear here, it's not dramatic like Atlanta, but it definitely will eat tires up. And again, custom setups is something we will keep saying. The more you put a custom setup in, the harder you run it. It depends on how you set that car up. It can chew your tires up a lot better, or you can set it up to not eat the tires but not handle as well. So Noco looks like he's got a great handle on it. RJ Smitty's not far behind him. Getting loose, though, like we saw at Gateway, though, guys. You don't want this black number 1 to pull away. Noco said he was nervous about his points, but if he can pull off the double tonight, guys, I think he'll be looking, you guys, I gotta say it, right? I gotta say it. He'll be looking high, wide, the handsome in points.
Well, and you know how Noco is, man. He appreciates all the times that we talk about him and give him credit, because he doesn't see himself as good a driver as he really is, man. And that's very humbling to see guys that are this quick still think that there's guys that aren't. It's refreshing, man, because he don't have a big ego, and I think that's why a lot of guys really like him out here and don't mind seeing him dominate the way that he does in some of these series.
And he's such a nice guy, and he's willing to help you at any point in time. I wasn't even part of Noco, Team Noco, and one night he pulled me aside. We raced a couple of races, and he said, hey, make an adjustment here, enter here, throttle here, brake here. Noco's one of those guys that's not super secretive about some of his setups, but he's super secretive about his strategy. And he has more than a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 10-second gap, guys.
Well, and I'm gonna reiterate this, man. Like, the top 6 finish I got last week at Canadian Tire. I'm not a road course guy. I have no confidence on a road course, but I literally sat there and ran for 3 hours doing practice races. And this guy right here is the reason I picked up 3 seconds on my lap times in a 5-hour span before that race and was able to bring home a solid 6.
That's super impressive. That's super impressive. I know you and I had a couple good battles going back and forth there, Arch. One of my favorite tracks. Again, I made a mistake. Money Mike, another guy I know, was working really hard that weekend with Noco, and he was super fast too. So he has no hesitation helping people get fast, but he's not going to give away all his secrets, though. He still wants to be the number 1, quite literally.
Oh, definitely. He likes to go help guys with their problem spots on the tracks. He may not tell you where he picks up all his extra time, but he'll tell you how to fix where you're losing your time.
And that's awesome that he does that. It's exactly apt, But here we go, guys. We are at Vegas. No offense to Noco, though. He's got a strong lead. We're going to click back here to RJ Smitty. RJ Smitty, he's got a comfortable gap on that car behind him, too. Again, that's something you want. You want to run your line, not worry about the people behind you. That way you can gain that speed that you need. You know what I'm saying? So the field has spread out. Not a lot of hard racing. A lot of conservation, in my opinion. Can't guarantee that, but that's what I think's going on right now. A little bit of conservation. This is a track that requires it.
Well, I'm really interested to see where Wicked came out after all that, because he came down about 2 laps before the leaders. And, somebody gets really loose on the backstretch.
We got the number 2 of Mills up here, too. Mills running that old Rusty Wallace throwback. My mom was a huge Rusty Wallace fan. Had a lot of black, yellow, and blue hanging on the walls next to my Tony Stewart stuff. Mills always a strong competitor, great guy also, like everybody else here. Love being in the booth with Mills. But, yeah, he's running that number 2
Mustang. We got to change the lead with the pit strategy. RJ Smitty actually comes out, and so is Buck is going to come out in front of Noco, as Noco drops to 3rd after his round of pit stops.
It really is interesting, too, because just because you're not on the track all the time, guys, you can learn a lot from these guys by watching them and seeing what they're doing and their strategy, their lines. Something else I do enjoy about being in the booth, just besides being in the booth with good friends like you guys.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, buddy, man. And this has been an honor and a privilege, man. I'm really glad I stepped up to help out with some broadcasts, as Noco gets a really strong run off of 2, and he's going to go ahead and jive past Buck down into 3. He's back into 2nd.
Now, this is something that I know we're going to work over.
Oh, he smacks the wall.
Oh, yeah, man, he pancakes that pretty good, doesn't he?
Yeah, Buck's going to come back on the inside and might take that position right back from him, as he does clear him going into 1.
I did have one problem over there at DSR, Arch or Robbie. Everybody over there super helpful, super nice, I didn't get a lot of time over there. Something I'm looking forward to with Shin Motorsports next year is working with you guys, helping you guys on tracks that I might be a little bit more proficient at, but I really will be banking on you guys, like these guys rely on each other at certain tracks where I need help on. And teamwork in this league is a big factor, but at the end of the day, everybody helps everybody.
DW
Yeah,
always had
that's
the
right.
best word for it. Co-opetition, man. You gotta work with your competitors sometimes. And that's what I respect about NoCo and K-Tatty and RKM and everybody in this league, man. Is it doesn't matter if you don't run for their team or not. We're gonna take the time to help you out however we can. I can help guys with the dirt, and I definitely need help with the asphalt. And it's nice to be able to have people like you guys to come to turn and get some advice and some help.
Robbie, Arch, when I was racing flat track motorcycles professionally, we would, if somebody came over and they were under a time crunch and say, hey, you got
Plant hit
this
the
socket, or hey,
wall.
can you give me a hand here? We all helped each other get on the racetrack. But at the end of the day, it came down to brass tacks and bronze air medals. When we were on the racetrack, we were racers, but we helped everybody get to the racetrack and be as proficient as you can. And everybody in Giggity does that. That's what I like about this.
Yeah, Plant hit that wall pretty hard coming off of 3 and 4, and it looks like he lost a lot of ground. He is definitely having a tough time with this day after his couple weeks off.
Yeah, we did. We didn't actually have any competitive league racing, but throughout the entire break of the holidays, guys, we did have a lot of fun races. Robbie, you put some on. Everybody else did. And it was cool, like I said. We did actually lose contact with everybody. Everybody was still talking with each other, still got their racing, and got their practice in. But when it comes back to league time, though, everybody's going at it gung-ho here. In this K-Tatty, he did not change from that DW throwback paint scheme. Great looking car, like you said earlier there, Arch.
Yeah, I do believe during the Christmas season we had some, special event races. It was coming up to Christmas, so we thought, why the hell not? And I believe the biggest grid that we had was a grid of 33 Giggity drivers.
And it was
33.
fun.
That's
It was
insane.
fun.
A lot of fun. The racing was clean. There was a few bumps here and there. You put 33 people on a grid, that's going to happen, but it was really, really good racing, and I wish a lot of people could have seen it. If you haven't seen it already, it will be on MP Roofer's channel. It'll
A
be,
little bit
I
on
think,
Arches.
yeah, a little bit on Arches as well, and a little bit on mine, I do believe. But yeah, it was
Noco's working
really,
his
really
way.
good.
He's trying to get past Smitty. Sorry to cut you off as they come through the trioval. He's trying to get that lead back. He does not like running in second. He's got number one on
Something
that
that
car for a
was-
reason.
Something that was super cool during the fun races, Robbie, Arch, as you guys know, it wasn't league based. I mean, or series based. Excuse me. So you had truck guys running with cup guys, Xfinity, everybody. We had a mix of everybody, so you could really not only go out, have fun, enjoy yourself, get a party chat, hang out over the holidays with your friends, but still test yourself to see where you think you could tell your team captain, hey, I ran with these guys last year. During the fun races, this is where I think I should be next year, too, at the same time. But at the end of the day, nothing but great fun racing the entire off-season.
And talking of fun racing, Noco has just overtook Arjo Smitty around the outside coming out of turn 2, and they're coming into turns 3 and 4 here.
RJ Smitty's had a strong car all night. He's making that cool trickle throwback, which was, again, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they put it in a game. Robbie, I know when you and I played Heat 3 a lot, when it was just him and I, we'd always I'd always play a little music in the background. I got my own little Robbie soundtrack over there, and part of the soundtrack is from Days of Thunder, so I know you like that theme song, or that paint scheme just as much as you do the theme songs.
Yeah, that's very, very true, and I'm so glad they brought that paint scheme into this game. It looks more amazing than ever. The graphics on this game is absolutely phenomenal, and not only the graphics but the driving we got tonight from Noco, from RJ Smitty, from K-Tatty, Mills. Lights of Planet, he's having a few slips here and there, but he's still running good. You got MP Roofer as well. Wicked Gatekeeper, he's running really, really good this time around this track. Bug Racing, he seems to be looking really solid as well. A lot of these drivers are looking really, really solid, and we're looking at really, really good racing for the playoffs.
Now, sometimes when you run back-to-back races like this, you run a back-to-back mile and a half, or sometimes you'll go to a short track to a road course to a mile and a half, depending upon if they got to catch up on tracks. I think this track is, I'm going to use the word equalizer tonight. A lot of people didn't like Gateway, guys. Not their particular type of track. Everybody's back on that mile and a half. This is an equalizer track that puts everybody back on a little bit more of a level playing field, guys.
And I do believe that's the end of stage 1, like Ash just said, so we'll wait for the results to come
our
through.
Our cam goes spinning across the line.
And I think we get Shadow to read them out for us.
Oh, Shadow. I couldn't have a better seat in the house, guys. I got my dog. I got one dog on my feet keeping it warm. I got another dog back here keeping me warm back here. They love watching racing. They don't know the difference if it's real or fake. You know, this is not fake racing, but they don't know the difference. I got my dogs keeping me warm, a couple cold adult beverages, great drinks in the booth, and watching great racing, giggity racing, man. This is awesome.
Oh, gotta love it.
Alrighty, guys. Looking at the end of that stage there, Noco takes the win there, followed by RJ Smitty, Mills, Buck, MP Roofer, K-Taddy, Wicked Gatekeeper, Go With The Flow, Checkmate Taylor, and the round up top 10 is RKMs.
Guys, I know I keep reiterating myself, but every now and then I gotta say it. We're gonna rack 'em and stack on stage 2, side by side. RJ Smitty, Noco going on that green flag right now. Everybody got a chance to make adjustments on those custom cars. Let's see how it plays out for them, guys.
Yeah, look at that nice bit of smooth racing there through turns 1 and 2 to see what happens in 3 and 4.
And it's awesome too. Just because you may not be on your preferred line, you know the person around you, because they are racing with us tonight, you know that you can trust them. You work your way around, get your line, and then race that way. But the first lap, I didn't hardly see any contact. Everybody said, it may not be where I want to be, but I'm going to hold it right here. Buck gets a little close to RJ's. Noco's pulling away. RJ is right behind him. Buck in third, guys. Buck's coming after, but he's coming after these guys. Flipping through the field real quick. Let's see how the fan favorite for tonight's race is looking right now. You know, Go With The Flow. Switched his car over. No, he didn't. He's still in that the Black 20 Sport Clips car. He's right up there though. Flo says, "Hey man, I got something for you boys tonight. This is my race."
Let's switch over to Buck real quick. I mean, he seems to be looking really solid here, and we were speaking about him earlier. That, you know, when he needs to drive, a little bit contact there between MP Roofer and Checkmate. That puts MP Roofer onto the infield. But back to Buck, and we were saying about his driving. He's always there when it counts, and he seems to be doing really well at the minute. And he's there, guys. He's fighting for that second place, and he wants it.
Oh, he's definitely fighting for it, but don't look at too far back, man, because Wicked is trying to make it 3 wide, and Flo is definitely pushing Buck up through there. Buck wants to get up there, but Flo really wants it more right now. I'm telling you, he's driving with a lot of motion behind tonight's race.
Everybody out there in YouTube land, let's ask your opinion. Is this actually, you don't want to race with your competitor next to you to catch the person in front of you? Could this actually benefit them, seeing how Sunoco doesn't have a little bit of a draft? Let's see what everybody thinks out there. Do you want the draft, or do you want to be solo like Noco is? These guys have an opportunity to catch him. They're battling hard. They're going 2, 3 wide, back down to 2 wide, going into turn 1. RJ Smitty, Buck, there's Flo. Flo says, "I'm on your ass there, Mr. Smitty. Here I come." K-Taddy on that wheel, bringing that DW paint scheme up through the middle. Wicked Gatekeeper right there on the outside. Guys, this is great racing. 3 wide into 1.
Just a little bit. Wow,
and Flo ends up with the benefit of that. Flo to second place. Hey, let's see if he's got something. Let's see if he can track down Noco. Buck's not going to make it easy on him, though.
Oh, gosh. No, he's going to drive it hard on that outside, and let's see how Flo's car handles with another car on the outside of it, because you know as a driver, it gets the tendency to want to pull the rear end of that car around and make you a little bit looser with that car on the outside.
All I got to say is, Buck, Flo, don't look in your mirror, because you've got a lot of guys that are really hungry for your position behind you.
We got
Yes.
Mike Haley out there. Mike said, hell yeah, Puddin', we got some front row seats to this great racing, and he also thinks that the draft will help them catch the leader if they can work together. They do want every point is very considerable, you know what I'm saying, guys?
Looks like Flo
They
might have
need
caught
every
the apron there,
position, but you want to work with each other to help each other to get those points tonight.
RJ Smitty is all over Buck.
all over him.
Man, we have such great racing again. Everybody, thank you for all your kind words out there in YouTube land. So many thoughts and prayers going out to Flo. We've got great racing going on at Vegas tonight. We've got Shadow Graham. We got Arch. We got Robbie up in the booth. As always, I love being up here. This is Puddin', and I am sitting here being excited as they cut down the front stretch. Cut that lower loud. Couple tenths off. Single file going into turn one here. Everybody looks like they're going to start working with each other, hopefully a little bit.
Man, this is really fast, tight racing, dude. This is awesome to watch because, man, this is what Giggity's about. This is what getting to the Cup Series is about, and this is what we all fight for and everybody wants to be, and this is where I'm going to be one day. I wanna be
Christopher
right
Williams out there, Jesus, go Flo, and I'm right there with you. As we all know, Arch, you and I are now part of Shin Motorsports. Hopefully one day we can be as good as these guys and make Robbie proud and get up here.
there. RJ Smitty gives a little
Looks
bump.
like Wicked Gatekeeper up there on the high side. Again, this track has numerous lines, like Robbie was saying. Not very many tracks you can go 3 or 4 wide, you know. Auto Club, definitely Michigan. This is one of the ones you can if you have to.
Oh, wow.
Look at these guys coming down. 2 cars high, 3 cars on the inside, 3 cars in the draft, 4 cars on the inside draft, pulling back up. RJ Smitty pulls in front of Buck. Mills right behind him in that 2 car. Wicked Gatekeeper said, I bounced off the wall, but I'm still here. We got Flo. Flo said, I'm not out of this yet. And then
Buck
Kate
hits the
Teddy
wall.
back there. Yeah, a little bit of contact. No harm, no foul. They stay in it. This is one of those tracks, though, like I've said again, I know you guys don't like to hear me say it over and over again, but if I was what my pit adjustment would be, ask for a hammer. That way I
Wicked into the wall.
No!
Wicked
Is
head
that gonna-
first.
Oh! Wicked in the air on my cam. Wow.
Yeah. Put her out. We've all heard it. Put her out. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though, guys. Something I think they should definitely do in this game is go from a strict caution to the game caution. I think they should put a slider scale in
Definitely
there.
a lot of damage.
Oh, guys, I do believe that I've just seen MP Rufus sat in the pits.
Oh, that's unfortunate for
Oh.
Rupert. He was looking forward to this track so much. We heard from his words
He
last
got a
race.
lot of damage too.
This is
Well,
what
I gotta
Noco
say
did
to
want to
Wicked,
see, not everybody else,
As a
though, Robbie.
teammate, I've got to say to Wicked, as a teammate, keep going, buddy. We race it to the end. Team Noco, we race it to the end. Do not quit. Let's just switch over to... We'll do the hood cam on Flo.
He's
Look
been
at
looking
this
really
car.
strong. He's right
Yeah.
behind Taddy. Look at him. We've got a long green flag run, Shadow Arch and Robbie. These tires got to be wearing off a little bit with these custom setups. Who can hold on to their car the best?
Well, I think we're getting within about 2-3 laps of pitting because I'm pretty sure I saw at least 1 or 2 cars already dive on the pit road.
Mills and RJ Smitty battling back and forth. Mills made it 2 lanes. RJ Smitty said, I'll give you the room. But again, that's all they're doing is slowing each other down. They need to get that draft, work with each other, get up there to NOCO. But they still have stages. So do you guys think they're just testing everything out, seeing how they work together?
Well, I was just about to get to that. You know, if I was... let me just move my mic away. It's a bit too close. I was just about to get to that. If I was Flo now, on the hood cam with Flo, I'd think to myself, well, I've got stage 3. I'll sit here in a draft, see what works for me, see where I feel comfortable, maybe try a different line and try the higher line, see how much tyre I can save, and just sit where I am, because he looks really comfortable where he is. His driving is smooth, his line's smooth, and he's just really running a really smooth race, to be honest with you.
UK Wildcats up there telling Wicked, you'll be fine. Keep digging. Good encouragement from his friends and teammates out there. Another, UK Wildcats, again, super fast and great moral support to his friends and teammates out there. Thanks for joining in, you guys. We see these guys going down the
trying to
straightaway
pass
again.
Taddy. He's all over him.
Yeah, he is definitely on him like a fat kid on a cupcake, and so is Mills with RJ Smitty, so maybe he's just trying to suck up in that draft a little bit. RJ Smitty gets a little loose. Cupcake, Robbie says. I know. I just went to the grocery store tonight. Why didn't I grab some cupcakes? RJ Smitty to the inside. Mills holds it off the wall. Keeps that great line, though. He had a great drive. Mills with one hell of a drive right there, guys. Noko's still pulling away. These guys got to work together to catch him. Noko's always strong, and he's back in that black paint scheme tonight. Something you don't want to see.
Mike Haley, cupcake. Oh, is Smitty... Does he get to the inside wall? I don't think he does. He stays underneath Mills.
Mills keeping that, he's keeping that number 2 Deuce, the black Deuce Mustang on the high side. He kept the hammer down and the loud pedal to the floor. Him and RJ going side by side down the straightaway. Once again, what Robbie said in pre-race, numerous different lines. Little bit of contact, no harm, no foul. Oh, Mills into the wall. No, there is a little bit of harm. Mills stays in it. RJ Smitty sticks right there. Buck sucks right up on the back of RJ.
Oh,
RJ
Smitty smashes the wall.
Oh, no, unfortunate for RJ Smitty.
See how badly it got him. Oh, he's got a lot of damage on that car, guys. A lot of damage. That was definitely a hard hit.
It's alright, though. He's still got plenty of time. We haven't come through the stages yet. He's just got to maintain and stay on that lead lap. That's very important. According to my calculations, if the way I'm looking at it right, he still will be the first car to get his lap back, but you don't want to take that lap down. He knows how many laps he's got left. He's looking at that click counter up there. He's just trying to stay out, keep that 24 car on the lead lap, get that thing fenced, and, it looks like we see green flag pit stops by Buck.
Oh, and Tatty loses it trying to do a pit stop.
Man, that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah.
As RJ
Dirty South
Smitty's
racing out there saying Mills has a good car.
It's good to see Wicked Gatekeeper still going.
Yeah, that's definitely inspirational for him, man. He's going to go out there and he's going to push, and he's got a lot of good support coming from his teammates that are and aren't in the race, and that's real good to have.
Mills coming to pit lane in that black Deuce. Right behind him comes Flo in that 20 car. Green flag pit stops are being made. It's so awesome to be up here in the booth. Watch this, guys. Man, I got Shadow Graham. We have Arch. We have Robbie Vids and Puddin' all up here watching this intense points battle. 4 cars getting kicked out tonight of the points championship. Man, what's going to happen?
I don't know. And that's the best part, man. At this point.
We got the man, the Brit, the legend. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Puddin'. we got the dirt legend, Archangel. We got Shadow Grim. He seems to be legendary in the trucks. If you go onto Canadian Tire, actually, I'd like to announce right now, Shadow Grim earlier today made himself onto the all-time leaderboard. Not in a truck though, in an Xfinity car, I do believe. So go check that out. Both. Oh, in both. There you go. Just like that. Well done.
No, I gotta
Shadow
go get
Grim.
my spots back. Yeah, he bumped me back on that all time. He bumped me from 7th to 9th, but yes,
hey, I gotta shout it out
because
I know he's gonna do it. I bumped Jake out of the all-time in Xfinity. We're just gonna shout that out there.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, 12 is against the wall in the back stretch.
I see that. Yeah, 12
front stretch, trying to come to the pits.
Yep.
So I know Jake's gonna go back out there like, yeah, I got you. Give me a minute.
The man, the myth, the pinky pudding.
Oh, here we go.
I love it, Wildcats. Love it.
You guys are going to make me spend $9.99 and eventually change over. I promised my two-me owner I would have nothing affiliated with Pete Carson anymore, but I might have to change my name if you're all going to keep referring to me to that. But we're going to keep, we're going to get back to this racing that we have tonight, guys. I haven't been able to race since Monday night. Like I said, I was out of town, went and visited some friends for the holiday, made sure I was there for the truck race, but I haven't raced since then. I'm excited to put this controller in my hand and put that old hammer down myself and do some racing after watching these guys. They're getting me all excited.
Oh, I can't wait. I think I'm going to try and get you to Atlanta
well,
or
if you're
Canadian
still
Tire.
on after this, Puddin', we can go do some practicing for you for trucks.
All right, yeah, we can do that. We'll work that detail out here in just a second, Shadow. I definitely appreciate it. It is a coincidence too. This is the first time that for Shin Motorsports next year, I have had all of my teammates in the booth with me. So this is awesome, cool. This is awesome to have all of you guys up here. Robbie, as you guys know, is one of my best friends on here. I haven't talked to him for so long, and they're playing the Pink Panther background music. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's how much I
There
love
you
you,
go,
buddy.
just for pudding. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's get back to the racing here. So we've got Go With The Flow looking strong. We've got Checkmate just in front of him. And Lives of Plant, he seems to be running most of the race on his own. Whatever you do, Plant, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep, mate.
Sports Legend out there absolutely loved it. He thinks that is absolutely hilarious. Sports Legend. I got to be.
As you say that, look, Plant got extremely loose out of 2.
Oh dear, is he nodding off or is he just looking a bit loose?
I bet you. Hey, guys. We got ourselves a yachter. Oh, he missed pit road. Wow.
And just for real quick, I'd like to give a public shout out. Again, being in between teams, not exactly accumulating full points, but still being a truck seaver driver, I would love to give a huge shout out to everybody at Underdog Racing for Monday night. They knew I was going to be solo. They said, "Bud, we don't want you to be by yourself," and those guys invited me to their chat party to race with them. So thanks for everybody at Underdog Racing in the truck race for letting me participate with you guys, and it was an honor.
Oh, it's always a pleasure having you anywhere, man, whether it's in the booth, in a regular race lobby, or in a chat party, man.
Plant just spun out. He just come down off of the track onto the apron. I think he's trying to make pit road and he just spun out. I don't know if he's blown the tyres. Have a look.
I think he did, because for some reason he missed pit road last time. I don't know if he didn't let him pit. He missed pit road last time around.
We're going to sit here on board with Flo as he's been trying to work over and get past this 9 car for the last 3-4 laps. They've been nose to tail trying really hard.
Got another guy out there that everybody knows. Everybody knows his name, Woodruff Racing. He just sent us everybody on the booth. He said, "Great job, guys. Thanks for Woodruff Racing for joining in. Always a fast guy to compete with." So we appreciate the compliment, guy.
Oh, Woodruff's such a nice guy.
Oh, he is, man. I love all the things that he does.
I like picking on him.
Everybody has those specific people they like to pick on. Even though Robbie's one of my good friends, I always tell him fish and chips, and he drives a Piguo, and he's like, "It's not a Piguo." But still, back and forth. Money Mike, again, I got the little joke with him. He's my hitchhiking buddy now since he sent me out to try at Talladega one night. Everybody's got their own little risks with each other, but everybody respects everybody. We really appreciate that in Giggity Racing. That's why we're all here. Anytime you want to come join us, let any of us know. We will figure out a way of getting you in, and come prove yourself, though. But this is not an easy series. It's not about being fast. It's about being clean, respectful, and being there for your friends at the end of the day too. So don't think that out of the equation if you want to come join Giggity Racing it, because everybody here is a giant family.
You want to come on track? Come get on some dirt with me. I come run with anybody. Let's have some fun.
Guys, I think Plant's having issues. I don't know what's going on.
Is he back on pit road again?
The thing is, though, I don't think it's registering him for pit road. He's tried twice, and for some reason it's not letting him go to pit road.
Wow. Flo's finally inside the 9 car. I don't know if he can get a run through.
Because I think he has a flat tire. He might be getting close to fumes here. There we go. Looks like it took it for him.
Yeah, I've done it once or twice, though. Just because you think you hit pit lane, you got to make sure you're inside that orange screen.
Guys.
So hopefully that's not a glitch issue for him, because he's been
RJ
fast.
Smitty is behind Noco.
RJ Smitty's a lap down, bub.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you
I
now,
think
though,
Noco just passed him to put him a lap down.
From
It looks like
Rupert,
Smitty just got back
Rupert
in the
just
wall.
said something in the chat, and I think it's kind of hilarious. He told Flo,
Use
give
the
the 9 the bumper, because the 9 would do it too. So,
A little bit of motivation right there for you.
thing is, though, I think Flo's using him as draft to catch Mills.
I think he is too. I think he's trying to keep them tight as they come towards the end of the stage. I don't know if we're gonna have another pit stop for a stage ends.
Shadow, Arch, Rube, and Robbie, we talked about this earlier. At Gateway, the draft wasn't a big effect here. So yes, even you might be a lap down, the draft is a characteristic here that everybody needs to use to help each other to help them.
K-Teddy's got a lot of damage because he's racing with Buck and Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper's underneath him through the trioval.
Yep. K-Taddy right there got a little bit of damage on the front end. Wicked Gatekeeper makes that pass. Trying to chase down Buck now. Taddy right there in that beautiful DW FedEx paint scheme throwback car. He's going to try to stick right there. Gives him a little bit of a bump. Yep, just gives him a little bit. Says, hey, I got a crinkled hood, but I'm still fast. Trying to pull in behind him. They're going to try to hunt Buck down, guys.
Everybody's shouting out they love the legend.
Well, there's so many legends in this league and in this game that it's hard to announce that though. There's so many legends in their own right.
Guys, Flo is trying to be so respectful with Checkmate, but at the same time, though, he's got to go. Like he's trying to be so respectful with Checkmate right now.
Well, he doesn't yet have. We haven't started third stage yet, have we?
I think I don't know if we have because the reason I looked at the ticker, I don't know if it is or not.
No, I think we've only completed one stage so far. So I think he's trying to bide his time, and he's not trying to force a bad situation. He makes a run on the outside. He gets past
Well, he tried inside the last time, and they about touched doors. So I think that's what he said. I'm gonna try to do the outside this time around.
I think that the 9 is out of gas. Yeah, the 9 is sputtering. There's something wrong with the 9.
Still following K-Taddy back there, though. This is a great.
I think this is
right
the stage-ending lap because he's trying to coast to the start-finish line, guys. He went right past pit road.
David tried to pull up behind Wicked, but again, with that damage, that does show you it can slow you down here, though. So K-Taddy tried to stick with Wicked Gatekeeper, but that damage did affect him a little bit as we come to the stage end, guys.
Wow, that was he ran it really close, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that could almost created a bad situation coming off two for both of them drivers, but they both kept it clean. They both were able to keep their cars straight, and we end stage 2 on a good note.
Everybody's gonna go get 4 fresh bolognas.
I think Plant might, is that RKM?
Giant belly full of fuel.
I think RKM in the 12. Yeah, he is out of the race, guys. Him and Roofer. Unless he jumped on pit road, because this car is moving back and forth a little bit, but that would be a penalty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with 2 laps to go, we have they don't enforce it in the game, but there is a gentleman's rule just like in NASCAR. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he is pulling off pit road.
So unless he just ran out of fuel, and RKM is such a stand-up guy, as we all know, saying, hey, look, I didn't want to completely run out. I had to do it to get there. RKM will take his penalty. He's a stand-up guy and a great person. I think he just did that to get to the end, guys.
Alrighty, guys. So, ending of that stage there, it looks like Noko takes stage 2. Then we got Mills in second. Go with the Flo got third that stage. Good run for Flo. Checkmate in fourth.
Yes.
Buck fifth. Wicked Gatekeeper 6th. Taddy 7th. RJ Smitty a lap down in 8th. RKM a lap down in 9th. And Plant with -6.
We're going back under green flag, guys. We got 3 black cars up here. Let's see if Mills and Flo have anything for Noko. Noko does not want to see those cars behind him. They've been super fast, super consistent.
I'm telling you, Flo. Look at Flo, guys.
Flo's
like he
trying.
has a
He's
car,
getting.
man. He's there.
He is on it. We all know that he's got talent, but he's got an emotional backing tonight also. He wants to get out there and say, hey, I am a force to be reckoned with. Noko, again, talking with him earlier this week about points and stuff, said he was a little nervous, but with stage wins and points tonight, I think that would safely secure Noko into the next state championship stage here. But the race isn't over, though. Mules pulls right up behind him in that black number 2. He says,
He's
hey,
getting help from
1 and 2
Flo,
or 1 and 2.
Yeah. Boo. Bad dad joke.
Hey, you know what? I get one every now and then, okay?
The thing is, though, Flo's getting help. Mills is getting help from Flo right now. And like Noko, hey, guys, like Robbie said, look who's in 4th right now, almost in the end of the race.
Wicked Gatekeeper.
Again.
Diamondbacks
And I think
zooming
they're all
guys from the
I think they're all
shoutouts.
starting to single file use that draft. They're not trying to let Noko get that lead. They're all pulling in. They're going to work with each other. They're going to keep that draft and then make that position pass when it comes to it. There's still green flags, pit stops to come.
Mills takes a look inside on Noko as we speak here.
And he's there.
Oh,
Guys, remember, we are in custom setups, so everybody might have a different gear ratio. They obviously have different setups in there. Let's see who's going to prevail the best. Tire management in this last stage is going to be key. RJ Spinny falls back a little bit. That's a little uncharacteristic. We've seen him run up most of the night. Wouldn't surprise me to see him back up there. K-Taddy right in front of him. Mills on the high side. We got Noko on the inside. Go ahead.
Apron?
I think he did, and I think they touched going into the corner too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cause he had
Mills
to gather
dives
it
in
up.
there.
Mills puts that number 2 Ford underneath him, gives them the peak. That Chevrolet Power pulls out front.
Such a good race.
Noko says, hell no, let's do it again.
Like I said, dude, even though that, right, even when NASCAR's not racing on Sunday and NASCAR's not racing right now, you want to watch NASCAR racing? Come watch Giggity Racing League. This is so exciting. I literally sit here, and my wife calls it starting a fire. I rub my hands back and forth. I pace back and forth. It's intense, man. It is intense.
For
So
such a
here's the
small
thing
pack
that's
of
crazy.
field.
Mills and Noko are running two different lanes in the corners. They're still the same coming down the straightaway, but Mills runs a little bit of a higher line coming in.
Wicked got in the wall. He's all the way back to the tail end of the field. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to cut you off, but that could have caused something big there. There was 5 cars that are all touching.
You see what I mean? If you guys watch it, he gets a better run out the corner while Noko gets that straightaway speed, but at the same time see again, Mills goes to the top side, gets that outside run, and drills it right back down to get back on his rear bumper.
We got Sports Legend out there. Sports Legend says, come on, underdogs, let's bring that win home. We got Dirty South going out there for Mills. We got a lot of people out there in Giggity YouTube land pulling for numerous different drivers who have a great chance at winning this race. Mills pulls right up behind Noko. 1 and 2 are running 1 and 2, guys, like I said earlier. I think Mills is being a little patient right now and staying in that draft. We took a little fan vote earlier. A lot of people said the draft does come into effect in a track like this.
See, I'm not going to go against Noko here.
Oh, they touched Wicked through grass. That was RKM.
See, I'm not going to go against Noko here, but I really want to see Mills get a win tonight. It's been a while since Mills actually been putting that 2 in victory lane.
Mills to the high side, like you guys just said. Mills went to the high, Noko to the low, but they come off of the corner. Guess what? They're bumper to bumper. Mills comes to the inside. He's taking a look at him. Noko's going to say, I'm going to hold my line. Mills 1 and 2 right here.
Oh, man. Wow.
Look at that, guys. Mills is saying, hey, I'm not letting you run away with this stage. I'll be right there with you.
It was some good racing.
Man, we got racing in the front. We got racing in the back. We got racing all over this field, man. It's just, they're still too wide back there.
The thing is, though, he's licking his chops in third right now. He's like, you boys keep racing like that. I'm coming.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mills going to pee outside. I don't think he get the run.
Oh, he's going to try to crossover, maybe? Nah, he couldn't get the run off before.
As these 4 cars are battling 2x2, 2 rows back.
Old Sports Legend out there throwing out a dad joke. Ha ha ha.
Teddy gets loose and gets up in the 9. They're 4 wide on the backstretch. They're all touching.
Guys, I want to check back there, but this battle for the lead, Mills has not let Noko go. Mills gets a little loose, pulls it back down in, doesn't hit the grass, loses a little bit of time, but I think Mills can get right back there. There is such great racing all across this, and this is what Robbie, Shadow, and Arch, you guys were talking about. The different lines you run at this track, especially with the custom setups. My goodness.
Oh, Teddy gets loose.
Oh. Teddy gets into RKM there.
Oh, he gets the inside wall.
That was a really good save. Good save, Teddy. Well
really,
done.
really good save. That could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Yeah.
Once again, maybe the advantage to having a wheel. A lot easier to save a car than if you were on a controller, guys. Thoughts?
That is very, very true. You know, when you're on a controller, it can be a bit static, but when you're on a steering wheel, you have a hell of a lot more control. And talking of control, you look at these guys, you know, that have been going 2, 3 wide, how much control they've had. Some of them are on controllers. There's a lot of skilled drivers out there.
Everybody in Giggity Racing is there for a reason. Even if you're in development, truck, Xfinity, or Cup, you're there for a reason. You know you can race with these guys. You know you can trust them. Accidents do happen. There's nothing intentional. There's nothing deliberate. Mills has a little bit of time to make up here. He can, after getting loose on that last run, guys, or coming up that corner a couple laps ago. But yeah, everybody in Giggity Racing, Robbie, I know I could race next to you, and I can trust any one of you guys out there.
Yeah, man, it's always good racing with you, Pudding. Ooh, Wicked gets a little bit loose coming out of 2 there. I think for the best thing yeah, I completely agree. I think the best thing for Wicked and Tatty to do now to catch up to the group is just to work together. Yes, they're on separate teams, but work together and catch that pack up.
Hey, Dirty South Racing, that's Ruford talking about it. He brings up a very valid point here. He says when you get onto somebody's bumper, you get tight. Again, we're talking about that draft is what he's referring to. He's been out here. He raced with these guys tonight. The draft can benefit you, but if you're not careful, it will tighten your car up, and you got to know when to let out, to let that guy go so you don't get so tight. So, yes, great aspect from one of the drivers tonight.
I don't want to interrupt, but I mean, I've been watching this for the last couple of laps. Smitty's been racing Plant hard.
And
like
Plant's all around in the backstretch now.
Well, they got into each other, door slamming for like the last 2 laps. I don't know if there's getting heated moments right now or not. I mean, it was just like it was crossover after crossover for like the last 3 laps. I was on board with both of them, and it looked like it was just at the end that he got under and they were just dooring each other. So. I don't know exactly what's going on with that perspective there.
That's definitely something that we'll have to pay attention to after the race.
Yeah, Shadow, like you just brought up too, yeah, if frustrations are running high, what you don't want to do is actually hit anybody. That's going to slow you down in the long run. Yeah, give them one, let them know you're unhappy with them, but bring it up like, man, after the race, like everybody in Giggity does. They'll bring it to a chat, they'll talk about it, they'll work it out, but you definitely don't want to do that on the track because that's going to hurt yourself a little bit. But who's to say that it wasn't accidental each time, though, you know? But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that post-race interview for you guys. But yeah, you don't want to get anybody. Damage will affect you, plus it slows you down here, guys.
I mean, I don't want to put it out on. I mean, on the stream it might be different. I don't want to put it out on plan here for that or not. But it looked like he had his wheel turned to the left, going down the straightaway, about trying to turn Smitty. So,
Buck tried sticking in 3 wide.
That might be. I mean, that just might be on me wise. But again, that's what I was seeing here. I mean, I can video clip it for myself and look at it later and bring it up to the thing.
We'll definitely be able to talk with them after the race, but I don't see anybody trying to wreck anybody purposely here, especially with everything that is in jeopardy. These points are, I think unless something drastically bad happens to Doko, I think he's going to pass on. But these guys, with 4 guys getting the boot tonight, guys, they really don't want to do that, though. They want to fight for every point they can get. Yeah, let you know you're unhappy, but then move on from it. But we'll bring it up. Again, we don't know what's exactly happening, but post-race interviews to come with that one.
Yeah, we're just going to take a moment while Archer just as Mike, I think he's getting a little bit of wind picking up there, and we can hear it over the microphone while he just we're just going to look. I'm just looking at Plant here, and the past few laps he's been driving it in a little bit too hard. He's been rubbing the ball. I'm not too sure what's going on with his car. I don't know if he's got a bad setup or if he's had enough, and I think he's just going to bring it into the pits. Oh, and he spins out, just going into pit lane there.
Yeah, driving in hard will eat those tires up, Shadow, Arch, Robbie. So you don't want to do that though.
Ooh, okay, I got pretty loose going down the backstretch. He gathers it back together and he keeps running.
RKM, like we said, we brought him up earlier. Another super nice guy. One of the admins here, team captains for Giggity Racing. Unfortunate for him, but RKM is a great guy. Let's see if he can regroup and bring it back together, which I know he can. Noko gets really loose coming off the corner. Dives way down, gathers back up, though. That just gives the opportunity right there for appears to be
same
flow.
thing happens to Buck.
Yeah. Flo's up there running second. He says, "Noko, I need you to do that about 4 or 5 more times." No, that's Mills still. Excuse me, that's still Mills. I apologize. Guys, what great racing we've had tonight. I can't imagine, like I said, this was awesome having all of you guys in the booth. I broadcasted with a couple of you a couple of times, but I don't think we've all four been here before. This is awesome.
And we also got to remember
Oh,
Puddin' as
Mills
well.
about
Yeah,
Mills
definitely.
too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Mills takes
That
that.
was
Mills takes that black dude 2 car, gets a little loose, gathers it back up again.
Good save, Mills. Good save.
You know what?
And
I'm
like I was
actually
going to say,
Good,
Puddin',
Robbie.
there's only like 10 cars on this track. Now, this is a big track, and to have only 10 cars, but the racing has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, they're all super close, Robbie, and I agree with you, man. Just some people think, why aren't there more cars out there? Well, sometimes you A, don't want more cars out there. B, you want less cars with better talent, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
As we still got Buck trying to still get to the inside of the 9 car. He cannot get past him. He's been trying to work him over about the last 4 or 5 laps. He's caused himself to get loose a couple times coming off of 2, and he's just working him over. He's trying to get past his Mountain Dew Chevy, and we'll get it all figured out here soon.
And I just thought of something too, guys. I mean, going back to the plant and the RCAM. Think about this, guys. Plant's not having the best race with the pit road issues. Same time as RCAM having issues with nosing in the wall in the first stage. Had a fast car. So, I mean, they're both having a bad night too. Just they'll probably talk it over after the race, say, "Hey, I was wrong here. Or, hey, I was wrong here."
And that's what we get a lot to. Even with my unfortunate circumstance, I wasn't participated in Giggity. Everybody pulled everybody aside. We talked it out, we hashed it out, we worked on. Everybody's men here in Giggity Racing. No problems lead over to the next race, and that's something you don't want to have. So, again, it could have been a fluke. Could have been a lot of frustration, like you said, Shadow. But, everybody here will man up, and they'll go on the next week no matter what the outcome of tonight is.
And as we see this, Noko is actually about to lap Smitty. I think that's for a second time, I believe. I don't know if it is or not.
That's unfortunate for Smitty because he's been qualifying up front and running up front, and he's been in the wrong place at the wrong time tonight, Robbie.
Yeah, most definitely, but some of these guys had a really good race.
See Noko coming to pit road for pit stop, guys.
Yep.
Sorry for that, Robbie.
Yeah, no, you're good, mate. Noko, he's in the zone. Everybody knows Noko's fast. With Noko, I think it goes 2 ways, right? He'll either have a really good race and then get stuffed towards the end, or he'll just have his focus and he'll have a solid race, all race. And that's the way it can work, sometimes when you're playing this. You got RJ Smitty, he's the same as well. Sometimes he'll have a really good race and then he'll have the odd time where
He's got a 3
gets
wide on
caught
pit
up.
road. That was fun to check out.
That was weird.
They're all beating
I
and
just caught the
banging.
end of that. Yeah.
It was
Hopefully
wicked
they fix
because
that thing.
having
We talked about, we touched on it earlier during the off break. We didn't actually have any giggly racing. They were just all fun races, and it was super fun for me. Oh, RK, Wicked Gatekeepers. I look right there. Yeah, you got spun around. I know that's a little delayed, but yeah, it's a little crazy. But RJ Spitty and I, one of the fun races, we see RJ pull into the pit lane right now. We were racing at Canadian Motorsports, and we were in Cup cars. I got to go toe to toe with some of Giggity's best for 2 laps. That gave me a little bit of confidence boost, but once again, just like if it was Robbie, or if it was Shadow, or if it was UK, or Money Mike, or Arch, I know that I'm not going to get intentionally dumped. But just to go a couple door, him and I had a great race during some of the fun races, and just to be able to do that, thanks for everybody who put those races on too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks for the guys that put them on, and the drivers for showing up and trying to keep it as clean and as fun as possible, man. Because there's nothing without the drivers, and there's nothing without the guys that put the shows on. And it takes both ends, man. And there's been a lot of extra effort put in lately, and I think it's really starting to show. As throughout the holiday seasons, we had a lot of extra racing, and a lot of preparation for the upcoming seasons.
I don't know if it's a glitch or not. I'm still following RJ Smitty. Still appears to have damage. Don't know if he got it fixed or not, but Mills definitely pulled out in front of him. I don't know if he pulled 2 tires in fuel, just fuel, I don't know, but Mills definitely looked like he pulled out 2 to 3 seconds quicker than RJ. RJ still appears to have damage. Again, I don't know if that's a glitch of the game. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I couldn't imagine RJ not fixing the damage, but Mills definitely got a good leap on him right there, and that equivalates to quarter plus straightaway, half straightaway, if not more, when you get a good lead like that.
I would just like to mention something quickly. I haven't said anything yet, but I'd just like to do a shout out to a few drivers that I'm going to be working with next season. One of them is Puddin. He's here in the booth tonight.
I'll send you an autograph.
Yeah, Shadow Grim also. It's
hey, I'll send you mine too, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be famous here, man. Famous truck series driver, Shadow Grim.
Sorry, Robbie, go ahead. I was just making a joke.
Archangel, I'm looking forward to seeing him also racing dirt for Shin Motorsports. Night King as well. And the guy we haven't heard much from, J-Man, is going to be a new driver to Giggity Racing League. Flying Pickle as well. And
I love his name. Love his name.
There's another driver, but I'm not going to say it yet because it's going to be a surprise towards the end of the season. Now, the guys I am going to miss, I know I'm going to miss them so much, is the team that I'm in now, and that is Team NOCO. So I just want to do a shout out to you guys. A-Trout, UK Wildcats, Anthony Jackson, also known as Dimebags, No Big
Wildcat,
Pendle,
I'll take one of them autographs.
D Smith, Book Racing, Money Mike, Pro 75, Coco, NOCO himself, Bob, and Wicked. And I'd just like to say thank you to you guys working with me this season, and thank you to the guys that also helped me raise money for Great Ormond Street Hospital, and I'm looking to do it next season as well, and I'm hoping my team will also help me raise some money.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to be a part of this and to continue the trends that have started to kick off in Giggity, man. We really look back for helping our drivers, helping our friends, and helping other organizations, man. This is a very giving league, and there's a lot of guys that put back into it. And it's like I said, it's one of the biggest motivators for me coming over here and running with Giggity. The personalities of the people, the caringness, and the honest genuineness that you find in Giggity, you really don't find many other places. So.
And Robbie, I know I've talked to so many people once they found out that you were voted in to get a team. They were so happy for you because you are one of the most dedicated people that I've talked to, not only to being a friend, but to Giggity. You're always there. You're 5-6 hours, depending upon where we're at, time zone wise. You're always there for people when they need to be. You're well deserving of it. And, congratulations, man. It'll be an honor to drive for you guys.
Thank you very much, buddy. Right, let's get back to the racing here. We've got some tight racing with RJ Smitty. We've also got Checkmate Taylor. And who else? We've got Book Racing. Yeah, and
Flo's trying to, I think that's for third, honestly, right now. I think right behind Mills, because I'm pretty sure
my computer just died, so anybody else who's got to go on to keep up with the broadcast.
I got you.
Just let UK Wildcats with he'll trade us autographs too. UK, you and I can trade. I'll send you one of my hero cards from when I was racing motorcycles, and you send me one. And I noticed your backgrounds. You are an Ohio sports fan, even though I don't like your ID name there, being Kentucky, being an Ohio guy. But I'll send you a hero card and a hat and a shirt from Puddin Motorsports.
Shadow wants one too.
Yeah, but I said it in a better way too for Blakey. I want one too, Coke man.
I'll trade Blakey T a hero card if he sends me 2 cases of Pepsi. Mills is looking up here, good smartness too. He's looking.
Taddy and Plant get together a little bit.
Ouch!
No, he knows I do. He knows I don't mean it. He knows I'm just messing with him.
Plant is running Taddy really hard for being a lap car. I don't think that Taddy appreciated that too much, and they made a little bit of contact twice as they were going through 3 and 4 and coming off.
Right, so let me just read this out for those who can't see it. So Blakey T, one of our drivers from Kiki Racing League, he's a really good driver. He went from truck to Xfinity to Cup all in one season. Really good driver, really fast, and all-round nice guy. He turned around and said, "I'll
He's
send
an
my
okay
autograph." Yeah, I'll send my autograph to whoever wants one. It's worth a lot. So I turned around and said, "Blakey T, nobody loves junk mail."
Oh, that's horrible. Horrible.
He
Blakey,
said, "Don't
you know
waste
what?
the
Arts will
postage."
take one, man. Come on, give me one, man. I'll put it on the shelf somewhere. It'll get some dust on it somehow.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the racing real quick, guys. But like I said, I really do. I retired from racing. I do have hats, shirts, hero cards, and stickers. I'm not selling them anymore. I got to get them out of my storage unit.
I want stickers. I'll put them on my truck.
Yeah, it says Pud Motorsports with the number 98F underneath it. With me doing the, I always get my rock horns. That was my A-OK to my pit crew to let them know that I was comfortable and my bike was okay after the test lap. So, but I
Hang
got
on a
hats.
minute.
These two are
Just
running
wait a
so
minute.
tight
This
still.
whole time
Wow.
we've known each other, all this time, you've never mentioned anything about your own merch. And you haven't sent me a thing. Me and you are going to be having words after tonight.
Really, Robbie? I want to send you something, but I don't got $68. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's expensive.
Just to let everybody know, ever since I've known Robbie, I've
Oh, Smitty.
Big Wreck, Rob. Wow, Big Wreck from RJ.
I don't know how Checkmate and Buck both got by it.
Plant got into
Plant
him.
goes
Oh
around.
yeah, RJ spun around too.
RJ's
Plant just.
How is that not a
Tay
caution?
Tay got through it.
And,
It
and
is
then,
a caution, I think. Yep,
That is
they're
a caution.
starting
Yeah,
to slow
that's where
down.
that slider thing comes in. I
Wow.
really think that they need to have a.
Whoa!
Whoa! Somebody might have been frustrated, or that might have been
Wait.
a glitch. But
That was
dang.
lag. That was lag.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't see anybody doing that because that 88 did not lift.
Well, all the cars were already under control of the computer by then, so.
I don't understand it then, because it literally just had RKM literally broke the gas pedal and just shoved the 88 in the wall.
You guys, this is going to close this field up, and this is the one thing that Noco did not want to see. He had
He did
over a
not wanna see
10-second
that.
lead on second place, and he was just out there
Well,
setting sail.
I will
If it
just
is
say
gonna go
one
in
thing:
for
some
fresh
of
bologna,
these,
the
some of these drivers are not happy.
Oh, no.
But
10 to go.
We talked about it earlier. The points race tonight. Yeah, everything's mattering. So yeah, how do I say it without my teeth? Frustrations are flaring. There we go. Shadow Grim, you and I, we're definitely going to have words now. Anyway, keep going. Look at that Noco on the inside. We got Flo. Flo's in the middle. Flo's right there. Guess who's right there? And that number 9 guys. He said, "Hey, I made a mistake earlier, but I'm right there." We got Buck right behind him. The guys, RJ Smitty's been strong all night. 10 to go. They got 4 fresh tires. They made their adjustments. It's I don't mean to say this inappropriately, but it's
Whoa, RJ Smitty back in the wall.
RJ Smitty into the wall hard. Yeah, this is not good.
Oh, that's going to bring out another yellow, I'm sure.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There it
it
is.
is.
There it is. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I do got a
it's
I
balls
do
to
got
the
a
walls time
question.
for these guys now.
See, here's the thing, and this is actually to you, Orc. If it would end right now, who would begin the cutoff?
Well, honestly, right now, if it were to end as it is, I'm pretty sure that the way I had it figured out so far, let me grab the right notepad first, and that might actually help. I'm pretty sure that the cutoff part is going to be Larson's going to wind up missing it, RKM, Flirt, because he didn't show up tonight, and right now it's looking like Checkmate might not make it. It's going to be between Checkmate and Trout, because Trout didn't show up, so if Checkmate doesn't get enough points from the finish tonight, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trout, Flirt, Larson, and RKM is not going to make it tonight.
Guess who's starting on that out front row? As you just said that. We got Chuck Taylor in that 9. We got Noco. We have Flo. We got Buck. Everybody. We racked them. We stacked them. 8 to go. 7 to go. Even less than that now with that caution. They've got 4 fresh tires. They got a belly full of fuel. They got their adjustments in. It is definitely gung-ho time here,
pushes
guys.
way to the inside. He's right behind Buck trying to follow Noco. These guys are going to try and get a train and get past the 9 car.
Noco did not want to see that, Robbie, Shadow, and RJ. I mean, I'm telling you, they did not. He did not want to see that. But he said, "Guess what? I've got the talent. I've got that Chevy power. I've got my black paint back on. Come catch me."
I'm telling you what, he drives this car so strong.
Checkmate Taylor said, "Hey, you haven't said my name but a couple times because of my mistake, but here I am. I work my pitch strategy,
There's
and
a
I'm right back
sleeper
there.
there too.
Look at
Caddy's
that!
there.
There's
Flo
Caddy.
got pushed a little bit into the wall.
I was just gonna say, look at that 11. We got Caddy up there. There again, these guys racing so hard and being so smooth as what Noco is, guys.
Oh, Taddy's
She's
underneath
pulling
the
away
line.
from him, but Taddy's underneath a Checkmate right now. Checkmate right there. Then we got Buck right behind him. Again, I love being able to broadcast these races so many times. I don't have to look at my notes anymore.
to
I
go,
know the
guys.
numbers. 5 to go.
5 or 4 to go right now as we speak.
And we've got 4 people getting the boot tonight, and these guys said, I'm going for it. Oh, RJ Smitty giving Teddy a little bump. RJ Smitty said, hey, I'm coming. I've been strong all night. Chuckmate Taylor still in
Buck
second.
on the
Buck gets
inside.
underneath him and Taddy to the
Oh.
outside. They're 3 wide coming through it.
So there's
Wow.
3 to go, guys.
Book racing
3 to
there,
go.
taking a
Oh,
dangerous move.
Dude,
3 to
guys,
go.
I've
Easy.
already talked to you guys so much tonight. I'm going to let you call these last couple laps, guys, because I'm getting too intense right
And,
now.
I believe we're under caution, yeah. Yeah, that
Oh, no.
Wow.
It looks like we're going to come down a
Oh.
green-white checkered here to see who advances out of this.
Noco does not want to see this.
I mean, he doesn't want to see it for the win tonight. I mean, he's already basically solidified himself advancing on,
And
but
that is the end of the race, guys.
that was the end of the race.
That was the
Yeah.
end of the race. Son
Wow.
of a gun.
So Noco, followed by, I'm pretty sure, Mills.
No.
Noco pulling up the double tonight.
Checkmate. Checkmate got second.
Really? That's good finishes.
So Noco get the win, followed by Checkmate Taylor, Mills, Buck, Smitty round up 5th, K Taddy in 6th, Wicked Gatekeeper 7th, Go With The Flow 8th, RKM 9th, Life Is a Plant 10th, and Roofer 11th.
Archangel is 11th, Robbie's in 12th, and Puddin sitting in 13th. I don't know how we ended up making it, guys, but we
Oh,
did.
I had
yeah,
to-
we just made to feel like amazing, man.
I think my transponder fell off, man. They couldn't even get my lap time out so fast. All right, we're going to try and get the top 3 in here in just a second, and let's get it talk to these
Congratulations
guys.
to all the guys tonight. They all raced 2 tricky tracks. They put it down, and it's going to be sad to see 4 people get booted for the points because see everybody go into the last race with the points championship in hand, or not in hand, but have a chance at it. It's going to be sad, but we just eliminated 4 guys.
Who got
Yeah.
third?
That was
Buck. We got Buck,
Mills.
Mills, and Mills and Checkmate.
okay.
Yep.
So
Buck
we'll
at
go
fourth.
from third to second to first on the interviews and see what these guys got to say. It's going to be really interesting to see what
As
they
I
got to
head to
say.
Martinsville Speedway because I wasn't paying attention.
good job.
Hey, thank you, man. I figured we needed a short track in here too.
Good job.
Hey,
You
real
played
quick,
yourself.
guys, man. Awesome broadcast booth. Awesome, and it's an honor to be up here with Robbie,
Yeah.
Art, Shadow, you guys, man. Not only the team captain, but to have teammates up here, but good friends, like I said. The more you broadcast with people, the better it gets. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're bringing people in tonight. We're bringing the podium finishers in. We're going to see their words, and I'm still a little curious just to see what
yeah,
RJ Smitty has to say about that too.
I see. Yeah, I was looking at that right there. That's
Okay, so here's the race winner from Las Vegas. Then we've got third place. He's just popped in, so we're just waiting for second. We're going to start with the third place finisher, Buck Racing. If you guys want to ask him a few questions and see how his race went.
Buck, it's Flood. Real quick, I don't. You're normally a name that we say quite a bit, and you had a tough night in both races. How does it feel to get that podium finish and the points you needed for the championship?
Well, first off, I actually did not get a third. I got 4th today.
Yeah.
Sadly. Well, either way, it feels like I had a great night, really, all day or all night, which is kind of weird to say since my cars were slow-ish. Gateway kind of screwed myself, but somehow still came back and got a 3rd place finish. And tonight, just really didn't have it, but you can't really complain. All the stages I got a top 5, even the finishes, so it's pretty decent night for me.
It was a good
Just did
point
not
tonight
want
for
to
you.
get just did not want to get eliminated. That's the only thing. I was not a fan of these tracks, so I can get past them, I guess.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, even though you had some difficulties tonight, you overcame them, and you worked back, and you fought, and you made the adjustments that you needed, and you put yourself in the right positions at the right time, like you said, to come out with 2 top 5s, man. So it's big congratulations on making it to the next stage of this playoffs, and really hard fought, man. You definitely worked your butt off to get back to some of them spots that you got to on the track, man. So congratulations to you, Buck.
Thank you.
Robbie.
Yes.
Anything for
I'm
Buck?
sorry, I'm just doing my Facebook thing as I do.
Oh, no, you're fine, bro.
Yeah, Buck tonight, absolutely fantastic race. You had a bit of a rough race at WWT Gateway, but you seem to have showed up there towards the end on Las Vegas, and absolutely fantastic race. So, taking from tonight's races, racing at Gateway and Las Vegas. So, how do you think you're going to do in the next race? I mean, you raced absolutely fantastic. Are you going to practice more? What are you going to do different?
Honestly, I didn't get much practice this week. One, I kind of thought we were doing default today, so I didn't even have a setup for Gateway. So I want to have a big shout out for Wicked. He gave me the setup that I had for Gateway, and it was amazing. And honestly, I'm gonna just actually have a setup, and I'm gonna practice with it more than I did this week.
How does that make you feel being in this league, man? I mean, honestly, you said you didn't have a setup coming into this event, man. So I mean, to get help from somebody else, you know, I mean, I know it's tough to do, to go into somebody else's car and run it, you know, and be successful like you were tonight, man. It's hard work.
Honestly, it doesn't make me feel any different. Besides, it just makes me really proud of this community and how we help each other. It's really amazing.
Hey, man, yeah, we were pointed on that a couple of times tonight, dude, and it's nice to get another example of that right here in the interview section.
Hey, real quick, I just want to congratulate everybody tonight, but I gotta jump off. I'm not gonna leave the chat party, but I gotta go take care of something real quick. But congratulations to everybody tonight. Great racing, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon.
Alright, bro, we'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's get to our real third place finisher tonight.
I don't know.
In
I keep
this
seeing a
race.
fucking light at nighttime. I'm fucking figuring this out.
Oh, no, you're fine, bub. Buck wound up getting third in the first race and brought it home fourth this one. As we're going to actually talk to Mills now, after Mills has had a really back and forth time, man. You shuffled your way from the back of the field to the front of the field to the middle of the field to the front of the field to the wall. Dude, you were all over the place, man. I mean, you did a great job working your way up there and getting a podium out of this race.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. Stressful in the last 10 laps for sure when I went around there. But fixed the damage, restarted, I think, 8th, and would have had checkmate per second coming off the last corner there if I didn't tap the wall a little bit. But great battle tonight. Noko, RJ Smitty, those couple of guys in particular, spent a lot of time around them. Taddy, WWT. It was a good run both races, and you know, had I been closer to Noko and that last caution hadn't come out, I think I'd have had something for him. But it is what it is. We'll take a third place finish for sure and move on to next week.
Well,
Okay,
definitely.
before we continue, can you guys make sure that you got your settings on always allow, and Arch, if you could just mute Shadow Grim for now, please, and
Yeah.
Pudding.
Yeah.
I
Thanks
you're
for your
good.
patience.
We should be back from the blue screen now, guys. Going back to that Mills, I mean, like you said, you guys actually work around a lot with each other, and obviously coming from different teams and situations, like you said, you mentioned Noko in one hand and Taddy in the other. And even though they're rival teams and organizations, man, you guys come together as a community to pull out a good top 3 finish, man. That's nice to see for you.
Yeah, top 3, got top 4 in here tonight. I mean, Book Racing, and then you got Mills, Checkmate, and Noko, the winner.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to run tonight. You know, we only had the one or two cautions right at the end of Kansas there, and Gateway caution free. So I mean, that's what makes it fun. We don't want guys getting wrecked out here. It's fun to race close, but everybody's got to know where that line is, and I think everybody in here does, and it's just so much fun. And damn, I wish I had another crack in Noco at the end.
Yeah, that was some absolutely awesome racing. Okay, we're not going to do your full interview just yet, but just quickly, have you got anything to say to Mills? Because the racing between you two was absolutely awesome to watch.
Are you not entertained?
We are entertained, man. If you go back and watch this, we were the whole race, man. It was
Yeah,
it was
there was
fun.
a couple of stints where I buzzed that right rear tire a couple of times, and it allowed him to get on my inside. And when someone's on your inside exiting four, man, it is extremely scary. Like, it is, I don't know, you're on edge because you trust that guy on your inside. And I mean, I trust Mills wholeheartedly. We've raced each other a lot, like a lot, close, tight racing. And I've never had issues with him, but you get that thought in the back of your head when you're a nose ahead of this guy and you're like, man, if this guy pushes up, we're both done. But I mean, he held it. I know it's really hard to hold the bottom right there when you got a car on the outside. So, I mean, shout out to Mills, man. He came to play. I would have really liked to see him up front at the end there to see how it would have shook out. But, it was fun, man. It was, in the words of Mills, man, are you not entertained?
I love it.
That's awesome, man. That was a lot of fun, Noco. And I definitely enjoyed. We'll see you on the track next week.
Yes, sir. You know it. I can't wait.
All
All right, thanks, guys. I'm going to jump off.
Appreciate it, bub. You go get you some rest and relaxation, man. You put on a heck of a show tonight, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks,
well
guys.
done.
All right, we're gonna go over our second place finisher with Checkmate Taylor, man. Dude, buddy, where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Little town about 20 minutes from Daytona. Just a rookie this season, obviously, and just a big shout out to Giggity for giving me the
You're doing a
keys
hell of
to
a
the
job
ride,
as a
man.
rookie.
Hey,
I appreciate it,
yeah,
man.
definitely doing it, showing out.
Yeah, I love racing, man, and we got a good group of guys in here. It's fun.
So what do you
I,
think was
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say I've been nipping closer and closer, man. I'm hoping to get a W for the playoffs. See if I can.
Well, we know a lot.
Turn one out.
Them wins are really hard to come by, especially with that guy sitting next to you over there. But I mean, how do you feel? What was your turning point in your season, man? I mean, you've come on really strong as of late.
Honestly, man, I'm more used to my wheel. I got a G29 now. I used to have a T80. Before that, I was on a controller. So it's been that, getting used to that transformation. And then I got me an old racing seat, so I like it. And I've talked to a few people, and they say, man, you're like a tick faster. So, and honestly, it sucks because I didn't get a lot of practice. I got a 6-month-old son, and I don't get a lot of time to make setups or anything like that. And it's just like tonight, man. I got off of work like 20 minutes before race time and raced my heart out and ended up finishing second. So
Well, that
it's
ain't
just
nothing to hold your
dedication,
head down,
man.
man. That's a good job. I mean, it's strong
Yeah.
effort tonight for sure.
Amazing.
I
I'm proud of
appreciate it.
You're not on my team, man, but I'm proud of you for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah, Noco, man, he gave me a shot at the end, man. He pulled up and I got his draft, get me back up to second, and Taddy gave me a run for the money on the low side, but I held my ground on the outside and ended up second. So
I couldn't believe you held it when you guys touched and you guys were 3 wide right there getting ready to come, dude. I was biting my teeth, man. I was biting my lips over here, man. It was so hard not to be like, oh my god, dude, look. You guys had some really good tight racing a lot of times on them restarts, and you guys did a really good job holding your lines coming off, with them cold tires and stuff, man. So
appreciate it. Yeah, it's
really
hats
big
off to
shout out,
everybody,
buddy.
man. It's a lot of fun out there.
Definitely was, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I really like seeing the growth and the speed that you've gotten, especially with the things that you have going on in your life right now, not being able to fit as much time into the car as you'd like, dude. But you're definitely putting it in on the track, and don't think these guys are out here ain't seeing it, man. We're watching you, Bo.
Cool, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, man, you have a great night, man. Thanks for a good race.
All right, y'all
Yeah,
too.
well done, dude. Well done.
Appreciate it. Happy
Good
New
job,
Year.
Chad. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Happy New
Glad
Year,
I could
buddy.
pull that number 9 up with me.
That's right.
All right, Robbie, you want to take him?
Oh yeah, Noco Racing, baby, Team Noco.
Yes, yeah. What are you doing, man?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Have some of that. Oh, well done,
We got the
dude.
broom out
Impressive,
tonight, fellas.
What's up, Kyle
Yep.
Busch?
Kyle
Getting your
Busch, there you
sweep
go.
on.
There's a difference. So Kyle Busch, he's arrogant. Noco, he's not arrogant. You know, he's a good driver. He's a really nice guy. He's really helpful. He's really busy, but you know, in Team Noco, we all help each other out. He knows that. We know that. And Noco, what a show! Dominated all night. Well done. And Las Vegas, you were just gone, dude. Like, I suppose you didn't fall asleep. I really am. Like, you were just so focused. You know,
I
well done.
had a
well
couple
done.
of moments there. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few moments where I started dazing off, and I had to catch myself real quick. Oh crap! Here comes my marks.
Yeah.
He was out there such a big lead. What'd you do? You swept all 6 stages, didn't you?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
4 stages tonight, and both wins.
That's a
Just-
feat right there, buddy.
I
Just
think it's
name
the
a
first
few
time anybody's
highlights.
actually swept. It's the first time this season anyone swept the custom races, I believe.
Yeah, first time in 2020 also. Happy New Year, dude.
Just definitely, thank you guys.
That's how you
Happy New Year
started
to you
off
guys.
right.
Yeah. Just highlight a few moments during the races tonight. Gateway and Las Vegas.
Man, I don't know. I came in pretty confident. I mean, I knew what I had going in. I mean, the biggest unknown was I didn't know what anybody else had. So it's kind of tough because when you go out there and you're running online lobbies with just a few cars, you really don't know what your car's going to do. You kind of got to guess on, okay, I need to kind of tighten this up because of the draft. I need to do this for the long run. You know, there's several factors involved with, building the setups themselves. You can have a fast car by yourself, or you can have a good car that's going to draft well. So trying to trim it out and have the best of both worlds, especially at Vegas with it being such a bumpy track, is really difficult. And tonight, it was a little snug at certain points of the run, but I think, for the most part, I think I nailed it. Made some adjustments, and I don't know, man, I wanted it bad. Vegas slipped away from me last season, and I really wanted that race. I like the West Coast swing races. They're all kind of home tracks because they're all relatively close to me. So it was fun. It was fun racing with Mills and Taddy there, and both races were really good races. And other than a couple of incidents and a little over-aggressive driving at the end of Vegas, I think they were both A+ races. I mean, definitely. And that's not just me saying it because, winning the stages and the races. I think that, when I go back and review the footage, I think it was really good racing overall. Nobody really said anything in the chats, but I think everybody was pretty happy with the result tonight, and we're just going to continue next week.
And talking about the footage, the last interview we had with you weren't really particularly very happy. And looking back now, how do you feel about that? The interview that you gave before compared to now, and I think you made a lot of changes and you was a lot more focused tonight. You looked like you just said to yourself, "I just got to do what I've got to do, just get in the car and drive."
I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, I definitely preach it to you guys. Shut your mouth and just drive, and leave all that other stuff behind you, and you can worry about that after you're out of the race car at the end of the race. But I just wanted to put that away. And I know RKM didn't mean anything when we got into it at Darlington. But coming back tonight and winning back-to-back races in the first round of the playoffs, I'm very proud of this accomplishment. Like I said, we haven't done it all season. The competition's really stiff, especially on restarts. NASCAR Heat 4 is a lot different than Heat 3, so trying to build that momentum up and block 2 lines, it's difficult. It really is being the lead car, because at points in the race you can be a sitting duck out there.
How'd you feel when that caution came out? Because I know, dude, your stomach just twisted.
I was
Yeah,
upset.
I was just
I had a 7.1 second lead over Mills, and then I had about 12 seconds on the rest of the field. and I was a little bit heated. I was kind of curious on what had happened and why we had a caution. But after it all sorted out, I just buckled back down and gripped the wheel as tight as I could and just held on for those last two restarts, trying to hold off the advance of Mills. And I don't know what happened to those guys. They kind of got into it. I don't know who was going through wide, or somebody was plowing somebody up the track, or I don't know. Like I talked about, there was some aggressive driving out there in those last two cautions. I don't know. I'm not going to name any names or put anybody on the spot, but they can sort that out. It's not my concern.
Well, stepping away from the controversy on the track, let's go back to the start of the race, man, because it was a really emotional start for us. And I mean, how does it feel to be able to bring home this race? I know it's a playoff race, and I know there's a lot.
These dedication races really do mean a lot because everybody loses somebody, or tragedy always happens. And I mean, it's always nice to have the person or persons run well and maybe even win the race. But at the same time, you got a job to do out there, and I'm in the playoffs, and I don't want to take any credit away or discount what anyone else is doing on the track, but I gotta worry about me and just think about the moment, respect it, and then move forward.
Oh, definitely. I appreciate that, man. The sentiment, dude. And Hartis still go out to Flo tonight, man, and he tried to run a really hard, good race, man. Like I said, cautions at the end.
I feel terrible for Flo. Flo was setting up to be a top 3 finish for him, and man, it just sucks. It really stings. I know he was really upset about it, and I hate it for him because he was having a good run at Gateway. Also worked his way all the way up to the top 5, and he got loose. And I don't know what happened. Like I said, I don't see that stuff going on the track. I'm just trying to look out the windshield.
100%.
But I can hear it in the chat. So, I just hate it. I hate it for him, especially with what he's going through. I just wanted him to have a good finish tonight in both races, and unfortunately, things happened, and it really sucks. It really sucks for him the most.
We're actually going to go with the flow in here.
Please
speak to him in a moment. And if somebody could send him an invite, I just want to ask Noko a question. Now, nobody knows this, and next season I'm going to be racing in Cup, and I am extremely nervous. You guys are very fast. You all know what you're doing. You've been playing the NASCAR games for a really long time, a lot longer than what I am. So, being my team captain during the broadcast, can you tell me any advice you have for me?
You just need to, when you think you're overdriving it, you probably are. Find your marks and hit your marks consistently. One of the cool things about NASCAR Heat 4, you don't really have to have the perfect setup dialed in. As long as you can work around a tight condition or maybe a slightly loose condition, you can make it work during the race. Because what I've noticed through the stages, the track actually changes. And I don't know if it's true with a lot of tracks or if it's just maybe, me thinking it's changing, but you can go from one stage and maybe be loose off the corner, and then you can go to the next stage and be tight in the middle where it's just plowing up the track. So I do believe that if you can set yourself up with the right adjustments and run yourself a patient, clean race, I think that you'll be just fine.
So you believe 704 is kind of changing it, like with the weather throughout the day, man? Track starts cooling off. I mean, it really starts to affect your cars now.
Absolutely, because my car definitely changed from stage 2 to stage 3. I was a lot freer, and I'm not sure if you saw it in the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
There was a couple moments I had, and it definitely freed up a lot, especially off of 2. And I felt myself dragging that right front tire, so I kind of pumped the air pressure up to get rid of that loose condition, and it helps some. But I mean, you sacrifice so much because you can get rid of that condition, but whenever you add some air to the tire, yeah, you'll get rid of that loose off, but then you're gonna be a little tight in the center.
I'll let you go. Yeah. All right.
But it's just a delicate balance, Robbie, and I'm always here for you, man.
Well, I appreciate that, Cap. Well, you'll always be my team captain anyway. You're my first one, my only one, so yeah, you'll always be a cap to me. Now we have Go With The Flow. He's here now, and if you guys want to ask him some questions, Noko, if you'd like to, say anything to him.
Well, man, I'm really sorry about your races tonight, man. I know I was watching the ticker, and I know you ran 2 incredible races. And with the tragedy that you're going through, man, I'm real sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You know I'm always
It
here
was
for you. You ever want someone to message, you just message me.
a hell of a race. I mean, it was. I had a lot of fun till the last 10 laps.
I
Yeah, maybe you can explain it to them a little bit better, Flo. They were asking me about what had happened those last few laps. Maybe you can explain to them exactly what happened, because I know you were in a hornet's nest.
I restarted third, and I come into turn one, and I went up just a hair, and the nine got underneath me, and he got me up in the middle of the track and into the two, and then I was on the outside, and then just out of nowhere, I just got taken out by a Smitty, and just I couldn't with that, with 5 laps left, 3 or 4 laps left, just nothing I could do.
No, I can't honestly say that I've ever got to talk to you, Flo. This is the first time I've ever been able to sit here and talk with you, man. But I mean, how did it affected me as just a fan, a friend, a future friend, somebody that just is going to be sharing a track with you and a booth with you and things like this, man. It got to me before the race. It was beautiful what we did, well, what the league did for you guys tonight, and I mean,
It
how was the start of the race for you, man? Like I know it was,
it
I
was
don't, I
it
couldn't
was
imagine.
it was emotional. I had family watching this race. Um, I mean, this these guys in this league are just amazing. What Taddy and all the captains do for everybody is just incredible. I mean, I've never raced for another league that compared to this one. It's just amazing. We're all like a big family. It's it's I can't even you know I'm lost for words.
Yeah, it's
What these
definitely
guys have done.
it's one of those things where you can't put words on it. You try to describe to somebody that you talk to in real life how it is, and some people don't actually see how it is. When you explain it, it seems it's not enough. But this is where we come in, and when you have something like this, a tragedy like this happen to you, and we all absolutely feel for you, by the way, even from across the pond, all the way here in UK, England, we feel for you a lot. Um, but if you need anything, man, if you want somebody to talk to, if you get emotional, you just come to us. We're one big family, and people in real life, if you try and explain this to them and they don't get it, you've always got us. Always.
We
Oh
love you,
yeah.
Flo.
Hey,
Yeah,
Flo,
we love
I
you.
I
I
appreciate it,
love all
man.
y'all, and y'all guys did a fantastic job in the booth today.
I appreciate it,
Um,
man. We couldn't have done it without guys like you out there on the track, man. And I'd really appreciate it if before you left, if you wouldn't mind sending me a friend request. So, dude, if you just want to spin some laps or something, man, just you ain't even got to talk. We ain't even got to get in a chat party. If you just want to go out there and burn some laps down, dude, I'm available 24/7.
well, I appreciate it, guys.
Well,
I'll
I'd like to say well done for your racing tonight. Despite everything you had going on, you still ran really, really well. You managed to focus, which is absolutely amazing, and I think you did a brilliant job tonight in both races. Well done, mate.
thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you stopping by and taking the time. I know it's difficult, man. So I'm gonna let you get out of here, man, and you go finish making your phone calls, and we're here anytime you need us, buddy.
Alrighty, I appreciate it.
I
Well,
appreciate it,
regardless
Flo.
of how you finished tonight, man, you ran two incredible races.
Yeah, you
Definitely
did.
both top five at least in both, which is something really to say.
Yeah, I had a good car. I don't think I had anything for you, but it was a top 5 car for sure.
Definitely, man. I saw you. I saw you gaining positions on the ticker, and I'm like, man, he's coming. And then you were up to third, and then that caution had come out, and then the rest is history after that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to, man, I tried to make sure to get the beginning of that race for you pretty well, man. So you got some good footage there that you can go back and clip and share and keep a hold of.
Can't wait to look at it again. It's gonna be awesome.
Definitely.
Alrighty, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Phil.
Yeah,
you
you
have a
too,
good night,
buddy.
buddy.
You too, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
Alright, Noco. I've been waiting till after Florida left for this one. And I told Robbie this already, so. Another win.
Yeah, congratulations, dude. Absolutely
Thanks, guys.
fantastic job.
It didn't come easy. It never does. And, you know, these guys make me work for it week in and week out. And I don't know. Tonight was just, I don't know. It was just, I was on. I told the guys tonight and yesterday that I'm just ready for Wednesday. And preparation was good. Car was good. A few little instances on the track, but me and my teammate accidentally made contact together at the end of Gateway, and we did the spin and win still. So, you know, it was fun. It was just a really fun night. It was really good racing. A lot of quality drivers, and that finish was definitely had me on edge at Vegas.
How do you feel about going into next season?
Well, I wasn't nervous about Wednesday. I'm nervous about Sunday because I was wanting to make sure I made it into the playoffs, and now that I'm locked into the playoffs for Sunday, the pressure's kind of off. It's going to be just like, you know, any other week. Just go to work and put the work in on the track and try to see if I can come up with something else, and we'll see where the chips fly. But as far as Wednesdays go, man, these races are tough, guys. It's tough to find the balance. You got at least 10 to 15 other guys out there, and you got all the playoff contenders. They're all hunting you down, and you want to do the best you can without making any mistakes that can cost you, this round in the playoffs. Because if I had two bad races, those playoff points, they might be able to save me, but it's also going to open the door and let someone else, get that much closer.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely extended your lead tonight, going through and doing the way you did, man. So you're definitely secure, and you can just relax and put in some easy laps.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more security now going into the second round with, having 10 extra playoff points now to the total. There's a little bit more security, but I mean, like I said at the end of the Gateway race, I'm just going to keep my foot on this playoff's throat and not let up.
Well, you definitely got these guys in a chokehold.
So I got an odd question for you there, Noco. This is actually, it's kind of interesting too. So I was talking about in the middle of the stream about you and the competition from last season when you wrapped up the championship last year. So looking back at old Noco from last year to this year, what can you take back from there to actually use this year to try to get another championship?
The fight, just not giving up. No matter how many cars are against you or how many teammates are against you on the track. That championship race last season, I think there were 6 RJ Smitty cars on the track versus two other teammates of mine. And NASCAR Heat 3 was a very draft-heavy track. Homestead was a very draft-heavy track. And to be able to drive away from all those guys at Homestead, it kind of just put an exclamation point on the entire season, and it was redemption for me personally, because I was not a captain last season, but I was moved out of, from a team, and it was just redemption for me. And just the moment at the end of that race, celebrating with Boom, and that memory is never going to go away. That is definitely probably my favorite moment, being a part of this league.
Now, do you feel like it's easier for you in these playoffs this year, having captured your first championship last year and actually, holding it down? I mean, do you feel less nervous going into this round, or?
Right, 1 second, guys. I'm really, really sorry. We're just gonna have to blue screen for one moment. Arch, if you could just unmute, put in for a second. Yep. We just had to. At the same time.
All right, there we go.
Sorry.
There we go. Say hello to each other.
Hello.
What up?
There we go. Right,
yeah,
okay.
we had two talking at the same time, and I'm trying to multitask here, and it was like my eyeballs are going in 2 different directions.
I didn't hear him talk, so I'll just be quiet. I got my questions. Sorry
I
about
looked
that.
like
No,
I
go
looked
ahead,
like
buddy.
Ren
Go
or,
ahead.
I looked like Ren or Stimpy from Ren
I
and
was just
Stimpy.
trying to fill
We're
your spot.
going
Seems
two
like you
different
weren't here
directions.
putting, you said there's no silent airtime, so, I was just trying to throw some stuff out there.
That's right. That's the best thing about broadcasting. Always keep dead time to a minimum. And when you got Noko in the booth, there's 1,000 questions that want to be thrown at him. So there's never a silent moment with him up here. So, but congratulations again, Noko.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much. There was a question. I'm not sure. Somebody asked a question about the championship last season.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
asking. I think
Oh,
he
go
might
ahead,
be
man. What
asking
were you
too.
saying?
No, I was just seeing how the stress going into the championship this year, having already captured one. How much easier is it for you going into this to playoff now?
Man, I really don't think it's going to be any easier because, I mean, once you've won the championship, and you've tasted that, and you've actually reached the pinnacle in the league, and you were named the Custom Cup champion. I mean, to me, it means a lot. Like, this league has grown a bunch, and we have a lot of viewers, and we have a lot of subscribers, and to be able to represent Giggity as the Custom Cup Series champion, I mean, to me, it's an honor. It's an absolute honor. Taddy bringing me into this league and me meeting all those guys over a year ago on Heat 3, it's just been a blessing to me, and just to be able to be called, at least the one-time Cup Series champion means a lot. Like, I definitely have a lot of respect for all these guys, and I definitely hope it's the same in return. I'm like I said, I wasn't here for season 1, so a lot of these guys are a lot of OGs. So learning how to race around these guys and stuff, especially in the playoffs, it can be a little nerve-wracking. So if it's less pressure, I don't think it's less pressure. I think it's different pressure. Because
Can I
I'm the
ask you one
captain
quick
now,
favor, though, from a
you know-
broadcaster standpoint?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't ever leave your black car, because that confused the heck out of me at Gateway.
Yeah, I was telling my boys, I said I've won in every single paint scheme except for the Star Nursery car, and I just, for some reason, I knew at Gateway I just had something really good at Gateway, and I really wanted that car to get a win, and now it
You
has
threw
a
me
win.
for a
So
loop.
yeah, I'm back to the black car. I know. That's why I switched it over. I heard it in the broadcast. I heard you saying, "Well, Noko's not in his black car, so I don't know where the heck he's at."
I will say that one thing, Noko, that I've actually seen, because remember, I came in not mid-season that last year, about roughly when you came in too, about roughly a little bit after you, and the competition right now between Giggity from what it was last season to now is so much more stiffer, and I mean not just Cup, but all the series, since we're bringing all these new guys in.
No, dude, you hit the nail on the head, man. The competition level is severe. Like, I've told my guys this, back home at the shop. If you're
And
not
girls.
putting the work in, if you're not putting the work in, you're not going to get the results. And there's so many people, so many good drivers that are racing these races week in and week out. You gotta be the guy that puts more work in than the other guy, so you can pass that guy on the track. You can't come to these races unprepared. Like, I mean, I've always preached that to my guys. Robbie knows. You cannot come into these races unprepared. You can't, because when you come in unprepared, 9 out of 10 times you don't do well. And I don't know, man. I just have a really good group of guys, and they definitely pump me up. I try to pump them up, and it's just I'm just really blessed, man. I'm really blessed to be a part of this league, and there was times mid-season where I talked about retiring from racing at the end of this season and just moving on to full-time ownership. And at this point, I'm still a little bit unsure on what I want to do. So I'll still be around, but we'll see how the rest of the season plays out, and then next season and stuff. We'll see how it goes. But as of right now, I'm just enjoying the moment. I'm having fun. My guys are having fun. It's playoff time, and we'll just see where it goes at the end of the season.
A league without actually having Noko, having Team Noko is one thing, but having a league without you, I think everybody is going to be like, hey, no, don't do that. So just as a,
Well, I appreciate that, man. Like I said,
put that in for food for thought. But we have to respect your wishes at the end of the day, and you still have to know Team Noko is going to be fast.
Of course, Taddy, we've talked, and Taddy knows how I feel right now, and a lot of it isn't just, on track racing and how things transpire during the season. It's not even really about that. It's more of a personal choice. I got some things going on in my life personally that a lot of my team knows about, so we all struggle with things day to day in our lives, and you know, if push comes to shove and I have to be out of that car, I just want to make sure that whoever's going to take over my car is going to be able to represent that car really well.
Oh, and you got such a good judge of character, man. You bring in so many good drivers, and you see so much talent out there, and you help develop talent. I mean, you take drivers that are, you know, Xfinity ranked drivers, and you've boosted them up to where they're Cup ranked drivers. It's not just from the setups, man. It's from the overall knowledge that you give to the drivers and the time and the commitment that you spend on your team, and it's really impressive, man. Just to see and to listen to the stories that I've heard about you, and to meet you and to talk to you and hang out with you. I understand where it all comes from, man. You're a really good leader.
Man, I appreciate that. You know, it's just when you have guys that respect you and you can respect those guys, you can move mountains with these guys. And I've always believed that. I'm a business owner myself, so I know my way around people. And when you have good people behind you, it just makes you look that much better. And I've said it over and over again. I could put this team on autopilot and it will run and function on its own without me just fine.
Not to cut you guys off, but Go With The Flow actually just wrote something down in the live chat for us. He wants to thank everybody for the prayers. It's wonderful that y'all did this for us. So, Flow, man.
Absolutely. Flow, man, you know, I know what it's like to lose somebody and have tragedy strike, and it's never a good thing, but the dark days will end, and there's always something brighter around the corner for you. And you know, everybody here at Giggity, the broadcasters, the fans, the drivers, Taddy, our badass CEO, you know, we're all here for you, man. And, you know, whatever I could do to help you, to talk to you or whatever, I'm always here. You can message me. We're friends on PlayStation chat, whatever you need, man. But, I mean, I just can't finish up what I'm saying, guys, because I know I've been rambling, and I don't want to keep you guys too long.
Oh, man, you're
You
like
sound
an
like
old...
Puddin'.
Hey, you're
what
like
I'm trying
an
to do
old
after.
grandfather, Noko. I just love hearing stories. It's all right.
Thanks, Grim, man. I appreciate it, man. I mean, you know, all the support all you guys give me and the well wishes, and you know, everybody's just so positive in this league. And as far as my decision to retire, it's only about 30%. So I don't want anybody to think, you know, oh crap, he's going to retire. Taddy's good at convincing me. He's a very good convincer.
Oh yeah,
and
he's a very good too.
Yeah.
But no,
you know, and I won't quit on my guys. But like I said, if something happens within the foreseeable future where it has to pull me away from league racing, and I do have to leave the track, it won't be because I'm not happy with the league. It is because I have something else going on in my own personal life. And I will still be there for my guys and for anybody else that has questions or needs help.
Well, and you know, League will have your back, man, no matter what you're going through, just like tonight.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely, man. These guys are awesome. It's like a brotherhood. You know, and I was pissed off at RKM a couple days ago, but I really can't stay mad at Canadian Bacon. I really can't. You know, I can't stay mad at him. You know, I love that dude. There's been this, you know, nobody's perfect and mistakes happen. And, you know, you just have to move on from it. It just sucks that it took me out of my fourth Darlington race. RKM. But I love that guy. He's you know, RKM's another really good captain, you know, and I just want him to know if he goes back and watches this stream, I'm not mad at him, and I forgive him.
And I love how we were talking about that earlier in one of the broadcasts. The brotherhood that is Giggity. There's so much bantering that goes back and forth with everybody. Obviously, with my new parent nickname, I've just had to learn to embrace it.
Yeah, Pinky, it's all right.
Anyways, but
you guys gotta stop calling it a brotherhood, man. We got a sister in the brotherhood now. We keep forgetting about that.
But it's how everybody's got everybody's back, and there's always a little friendly bantering. Everybody will help everybody, but at the end of the day, they will help everybody get on the track and be competitive, and that's what Giggity is about.
Of course, you know, where we may be enemies or frenemies on the track, or you want to call it co-opetition, you know. But when you get off the track, man, and the tempers cool down, you just got to realize that you got to be back on the track with these guys next week.
Yeah.
Like, you're either going to get over it and maybe talk about it, or maybe just move on and not be here anymore, you know? Like,
I mean, I've done that myself, again, 1,000 times. Don't want to reiterate. Somebody did me wrong at the last race I raced on a motorcycle, right? But next week, I know I'm going to be on the track with him. I'm not going to jeopardize anybody's health or life or anything like that because of something that might have been a mistake, or even if they did it, I'll still help them, but my biggest redemption is kicking their ass on the track.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree with you.
I mean, the guy that broke my back and knocked my teeth out, I didn't go and punch him in the face 3 weeks later. I came back and I kicked his ass 6 months later. That's all you got to do.
Redemption in the hardest way.
I would like to also bring up one more thing, guys. I have a couple of my guys. We're discussing things in the chat right now, and we want to know what the points are. So I cannot wait until Mills releases the points, because I know a couple of guys are really nervous about finishing position and where they're going to be seated for round 2 and if they made it or not. So that's definitely something we can.
I don't think Flirt made it since he was about cutoff line there, Noko. So I don't know if Flirt made it.
I think the I know 3 that didn't make it was Trout because Trout didn't run tonight. Kay Larson, and I'm pretty sure it was Flirt was the 3 that I know for a fact are locked out of the playoffs so far. It's gonna be between RKM, Flo, and Check for to see who made that last playoff spot.
Wow, it's going to be tight then.
Well, I'll say right now before we roll out of here, guys, I'm going to say this like I said it from last season about Noko. I'll tell you right now, if you literally race with this guy, you'll get faster just by looking at how he drives. If you're on the track at the same time he is, I mean, retrospect from Canadian Tire.
Oh, Grim, stop it, man. Oh,
Canadian Tire. No, Canadian
Legit.
Tire. I remember him last season. And me being a rookie in this series, again, I didn't know how to do this track at all anyways. And he'd pull out to off the line, pull off to a 14-second lead. But in that gap, though, before he took off, though, I watched how he did corners. And I could say I learned some of my driving style off Noko.
Dude,
he doesn't look faster than Puddin' at Canadian,
You helped me pick up almost 3 seconds in less than 5 hours, Noko. You realize that? I was running 120.25s, and you got me down to a 121.6 in 5 hours, and that's just verbal help.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, you guys, man, I really do. Tell her I said hi. I really appreciate, guys, all the compliments and the well wishes, and man, you guys are awesome. This is why we do this, is because we have fun. It's a positive environment, and we just got to keep it rolling from here.
If Noko had one message to send to anybody out there, it's when Rick Hitter calls, answer the phone.
Yeah, if you don't got minutes on your phone or you got the McDonald's Wi-Fi, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Guys, if you got the McDonald's Wi-Fi, Noko will fund that internet. Just let you know.
By the way, guys, it's been confirmed. D. Smith actually isn't. It's not his internet that's lagging. D. Smith is actually lagging himself. So.
I think I heard a shotgun shot fired.
That's
been
beautiful.
Confirmed. But I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I'll let y'all wrap it up. And man, I really do appreciate all you guys tonight and the hard work and effort that we put forth tonight really showed on the track. And I can't wait for next week.
I'm excited.
And I think I owe you
guys.
$5 from Canadian Motorsports too. God
I
bless
think
it.
you do. All right, later, guys.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, man.
Y'all have a good night.
Congratulations.
Good night, Noko.
Be safe. Happy holidays to you guys, and great racing.
All right, for us here at Giggity Racing League, this has been a very, very fun night, man. A lot of great racing, a lot of great drivers, a lot of great memories made. A little bit of tempers flare at the end, but as always, this is a brotherhood, and we will push past it. We will have our discussions, and we will move on to next week. And next week is a very big week here in Giggity. After we'll be eliminating 4 drivers tonight. The official results will come out here after just a little bit. Mills just got done racing, so we will get those out to you guys as soon as we can. And man, I appreciate you guys for a great broadcasting night. And oh man, it was a blast. Thanks to
Robbie,
everybody that checked into the
Shadow and
comments.
Art, thanks for having me as always, man.
All right, thank you guys. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off, man. And thanks for everybody's help support Giggity and continue to support us, man. We appreciate your guys' love and support out there.